visionary leadership, fiscal discipline, and policy consistency, the tide has finally turned. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has now recovered, marked by renewed investor confidence and an improved macroeconomic outlook. Mr. Speaker, I'll now give you real sector performance. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has regained its rhythm. Real GDP expanded by 6.3% in the first half of 2025, up from 5.1% in the same period of 2024, driven by stronger agriculture and service, lower inflation, and renewed business confidence. Non-oil GDP grew by 7.8%, showing that our growth is now powered by domestic production. Mr. Speaker, the service sector remains the heartbeat of recovery, surging 8.8%, with ICT up 17.2%, finance and insurance up 9.5%, and education up 14.9%. Agriculture, the backbone of stability, also grew by 6%, doubling that of last year. Mr. Speaker, cocoa rebound from a sharp 21.4%, contracting to 2.8% growth. Mr. Speaker, thanks to the targeted farm support and smarter policies. Industry held steady despite reduced oil output. Manufacturing rose 6.3% and construction 4.0%, reflecting reliable energy and revived infrastructure projects. On the demand side, Right Honorable Speaker, household consumption grew by 8.2%, reflecting stronger household confidence. Government spending also slowed to 3.7%, proving fiscal discipline. The Speaker, export grew 11.5%, led by gold, cocoa, and non-traditional export. This is the growth that creates jobs, lifts incomes, and builds lasting stability. The Speaker, I now take you to price development. Through visionary leadership, fiscal discipline, and policy consistency, the tide has finally turned. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has now recovered, marked by renewed investor confidence and an improved macroeconomic outlook. Mr. Speaker, I'll now give you real sector performance. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has regained its rhythm. Real GDP expanded by 6.3% in the first half of 2025, up from 5.1% in the same period of 2024, driven by stronger agriculture and service, lower inflation, and renewed business confidence. Non-oil GDP grew by 7.8%, showing that our growth is now powered by domestic production. Mr. Speaker, the service sector remains the heartbeat of recovery, surging 8.8%, with ICT up 17.2%, finance and insurance up 9.5%, and education up 14.9%. Agriculture, the backbone of stability, also grew by 6%, doubling that of last year. Mr. Speaker, cocoa rebound from a sharp 21.4%, contracting to 2.8% growth. Mr. Speaker, thanks to the targeted farm support and smarter policies. Industry held steady despite reduced oil output. Manufacturing rose 6.3% and construction 4.0%, reflecting reliable energy and revived infrastructure projects. On the demand side, Right Honorable Speaker, household consumption grew by 8.2%, reflecting stronger household confidence. Government spending also slowed to 3.7%, proving fiscal discipline. The Speaker, export grew 11.5%, led by gold, cocoa, and non-traditional export. This is the growth that creates jobs, lifts incomes, and builds lasting stability. The Speaker, I now take you to price development. Through visionary leadership, fiscal discipline, and policy consistency, the tide has finally turned. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has now recovered, marked by renewed investor confidence and an improved macroeconomic outlook. Mr. Speaker, I'll now give you rail sector performance. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has regained its rhythm. Rail GDP expanded by 6.3% in the first half of 2025, up from 5.1% in the same period of 2024, driven by stronger agriculture and service, lower inflation, and renewed business confidence. Non-oil GDP grew by 7.8%, showing that our growth is now powered by domestic production. Mr. Speaker, the service sector remains the heartbeat of recovery, surging 8.8%, with ICT up 17.2%, finance and insurance up 9.5%, and education up 14.9%. Agriculture, the backbone of stability, also grew by 6%, doubling that of last year. Mr. Speaker, cocoa rebound from a sharp 21.4%, contracting to 2.8% growth. Mr. Speaker, thanks to the targeted farm support and smarter policies. Industry held steady despite reduced oil output. Manufacturing rose 6.3% and construction 4.0%, reflecting reliable energy and revived infrastructure. On the demand side, right, Honorable Speaker, household consumption grew by 8.2%, reflecting stronger household confidence. Government spending also slowed to 3.7%, proving fiscal discipline. The Speaker, export grew 11.5%, led by gold, cocoa, and non-traditional export. This is the growth that creates jobs, lifts incomes, and builds lasting stability. The Speaker, I now take you to price development. Through visionary leadership, fiscal discipline, and policy consistency, the tide has finally turned. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economy has now recovered, marked by renewed investor confidence.
Very well. Good afternoon and welcome. Yema MPM ne dom aha emra enavie dwumadi so. Na yemisa empanifo se empom to saying I mean, so far so good. The government is doing well. We apologize, you feed him late on social media, but of course we are live. Abefu kwantim pono so oba obetimi ajoin ye na onso wachre wadwene baby ya wutie free no na onso wama yehuno. And like I indicated earlier, and also you be phone lines. Now this time you perceive a share market forces and the pricing on our market. So you kwakodi brunya. Most of the times, ukodi brunya abehunu say na dollar no wa brusi di no from. And it does happen so because enkrofo bebre back okra enema na wamdi abakrum ha. And as part of sa and she say no oye den it was also cedi ni bebre na odekwa kra dollar na odekwa kra enema ne ba. And the more you do that, it will have adverse effect economically on your local currency. So Adewe has been if like a yearly ritual, political trajectory I follow for some time now. I say at the threshold of every Christmas. Ye kwako di brunya. I mean, pimpino ayana isikasem no etwa pikakra. But is it the case whilst John Dramani Mahama is the president and Ato Forsen is the finance minister? Na Honorable Esiama Bank of Ghana governor. Is it the case? Because you realize that this time the case is different. Say anke ye koko di brunya pa na o hwe se ne cedi no e ma no homene so against other hard currencies. It's obvious say something is being done right. And you buy no abaso for that. You don't need to be an NDC member or a sympathizer of NDC to acknowledge the good things of the John Dramani Mahama administration. No. Say John Dramani Mahama ye kwan pa yenya ne befa so, right? Ohwe pokwase kwan ya obana say 809 million Ghana cedis we I mean bibia eboko. You understand what I'm saying? CD ya ba for me against the dollar. Say ukokra ne ma sikan ka ode ba kokra ne eswate enti say $100,000 ana nanka ode ba kokra $100,000 first na cedi no 16 if not 17 Ghana cedis ene ubetimi save about 5 if not 6 Ghana cedis from nyanka ubetimi edi akokokra no per unit price. It actually says something right is going on. Now most of the time you realize that inflation na a type of and certainly inflation because you see they are going to flood our country with a lot of importation. The moment there's an influx of imports our Ghana it's obvious to say inflation because but is that the case this time? And when I be phone lines as part of our community engagement, na yama and penyufo and so as what I say, wayna or mine for no edgeny. And they be amika say, Asama yakin, yon penyufo what presidency, I want to throw at war. And na, Monsamana Mokani, when I kuchiri, and you are going to work on it. Baby be our namusimu here, quine, I'm sure as part of the big push cover, Saquine Yabaye. Mwana musemu bridges, I'm sure say they are going to attend to it. Mwana musemu ni street light and me bo Greater Accra Regional Minister Baso. That is what we want. Ye ba ye be kwan ye. Efa Achimota stretch. Achimota forest wo mu famu a kopie police station kopie new plan. Na street light ni nya adwuma. Otuda ko ye be kwan sa. Ama empo honorable Baja. Wo ye MC Emma Okanko inofa Achimotawa na se no oronso ye interview no hanoma o my some date and timeline eno ka say o ma fix street light no enti abasobode no e koma the Greater Accra Regional Minister Mami Lindokulu enti ese empanyifo te ase say ye ntan obia ye dom ye pemasem but ye pese mo bo adwuma. The more you guys work, the more you add to the goodwill of John Dramani Mahama and your political party and DC. You understand what I'm saying? It is a good job. And sa and some no ye kan no my ho adwuma no. Sen sem ni bi na Ghana for no bi so be kanene. Enti mutia na mo so matu ho anamon. Anema ne bo eden no na mo de pen ne paper ato ho say na say CD ne dollar yi ekoyi. Enti aden na ne bo eden. E bia sheda na because you cannot take away power dynamics in every political season and in every political state. There are people on my imagine say, hey, John Dramani Mahama, opa, when you are to force any siama, monfa dollar number 1 CD to $1, and yama no want so. Because no, not drink it to one te say, ahoko bibino. Say, what is what? Not drink say, hey, remember John Dramani Mahama na NDC, and you nyam, nkwasi, I didn't say yanom diti kuruma, and people will be to me in cats, saying as a sanenchero. Yet in yama suma, look at how CD able dollar. I'm told to say I feel aboso can, but that's what I'm telling you. I mean, but why? Why? Aboso can for why? Not only aboso can you. Me you know compare one and call Mazi. Missing 2016 and I could for the win here. I could for no near tree. Chop. I'm telling you, Maso. John Dramani Mahama winning close to 10 months, and I say you come 10. By 11. You're quite 11. Or politics. Simple. Where you name Framuntuma? Politics. Nabiu, some people in the winning here. Oh, yes, I can also come from Tiniamaso. Did they be able to catch them this for say you to learn to raise your own people? Aboso Kaino, Nankamusu Techinis and Crofono, Musuma raise them. Musum project to Maramina Ghana for. Mon project to Aboso Kaini Mazin. Mon project to Okokompe. These are people who supported you through the thick and thins, through the day and the night. So these people, you also support them. So come, you me front lines, no. Na Yenji. A team for drink today. Being so out the new cafe baby. Putogum figum, a quack and krum. But I would have loved if the baby. And you know, sir and commano, it was say a coso na yedi. And a dream be our old geno, making sure say what it sir a geno. Baba, we need to save this country. We need to make this country work because. Ghana ain't me fat into my penfra. And sometimes I just don't understand why it says ebimutrimu adiama. Ebimutrimu adiama. Like say what is what you beya no said you. It doesn't make sense to me. But kwam yankai etiefo so say Nyankopon yadomo a Mame Ajiman Rollins. What's on the Emano State Barrier? Entino yenkai etiefo yenkai ahwefo se maame obeyi bi pa she's the reason why, or a major reason why man be brave she became a voice for women in our country from the days of Benji conference. I mean, ultimately say maame no or the 31st December women's movement yenema. A lot of schools see into uba Facebook yeah, then a picture to on kama. This woman deserve to be honored, honestly. And found the political eyes would be no. Or support of Flight Lieutenant General John Rollins. Papa. And your mammy we ya Anka Sebi and ma especially. Mema can be. Because mammy way through her instrumentality a support in kun ama projected through Parliament the Interstate Succession Law 111. It's because of that law. It's in a ukunuwa uofa. Ukunuwa Mrs. Sanyama in free field. Samranua mami we boye. Now president, former president, ready for the currency. Flight Lieutenant General John Rollins, no pass it through Parliament. And nuntina only pa kuniwa. Ye recognize it or bana what's it our DNA seno. And nuntina mo friend watch a fan. I can't say unim na ukunu wujaw. A fena bush ya penny be ebe theatre and the church and fekuntun kunibi a bed 30 years krum freda. A moon to mu bang mukankai no the abe pam with years because of this woman. It's a Mr. Obia when the nemesis Obia when let's take away that away. Na yanshe ejuma pa mami we ebeye. So 28 November 2025 barrier service ebesha se 6 a.m. Kwa mami ntia me boss general Major General Kotia where me lecturer me chiano baby will be na me chia DCOP agojo enti ye kai hu die ye ma abusua nyina hyeden ye ba ye bebiem na Ghana fo nso aka o madwene bronya yi market sen stay 8090. Let's engage the community because of course when I eat idimopa 0302 208090. Robert, my face is here. First caller on the line. Hello.
No, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure. Didn't be free.
Yes, I will tell you. I'm fresh as I'm
I would say, Mr. Wa, you could be brunye. And your mom to say,
oh, Yamia Dunty. Yes. Now, can you ever do Christmas here? Not near my a costume. Last, who say, Mamma, buy almost 1 year now. And then I put a new coffer. Now, near me can say, no, to say, Mamma, your president, or senior. Oh, say, oh, young quine, over my dear, no, near quine, a quine. 2028, it could be easy for us. I know. A quine must say, who tear or radio beer. Over can say, Mamma, about 10 years ago. About last year, this year, pen or back, about. One year, a year for road, a year road for a year, something. 1 year, she is a on your coin, a coin must stay in our road, on your my 2028, a very my, and I see.
That's say also, watch the watching. Yeah, Gusu come say you're live on Facebook with me, so watch the watching. Hello. Me patro me din di otu da ko din design.
Mpate premi Helen.
Helen.
Ogbojo.
Moko dwemu a ye be di bronya ye bi sese enema bo te sen.
Me pate mi de na kanyenya mabo na mbekana me ka ye kwan e wo voter.
Okay, voter.
Tap down. From Germany to Todome. Sakwano nanka honorable Dapiamepo. Na oya de wo pa nka me pete Tiano ombo modia ombe pis no munye Sakwano maye.
Okay.
Ntanchewa.
And you say he from part what's in?
Sabda Germany to Todome.
Okay. I'm sure said to be captured in the English. Mate, what can you so honorable Dapiamepo? You sure say what over to my phrase 0302 2080 90 0302 2080 90. Hello.
Me
patrol within the baby free.
Hello.
Within the baby free.
Me kasa fi Accra Shakre.
Accra
Shakre me Abdella.
Mate. Yenti.
Yeah. The person me can say this year obia did they are never so quite dear. That's my obia no. Yeah, definitely for us. Find us and quite
that's it. Empire bonus on because I am an acco from Korea.
Yeah.
And say President Bessie push about 10 million bets before Christmas. Bring your bed. Hello. Went to me and you know so young for from on channel 0302 2080 90. Hello. Yes, sir. We didn't buy me free. Oh. On also went to me, you know, so name for. Hello. Mebacho. They do watch.
Hello.
It's better. Hello.
Hello to that.
Yes, sir.
I said good afternoon. From David Cassino.
Mebacho, no mean to free no more.
Nana, my son is here 11 months. And I quite 11 months.
Okay.
But yes, I go for 8 years. Because nature Nana, near driver. First, who got top petrol, who kita 50 Ghana, who drink top petrol, because who top petrol, look up, who get sorry. But if you say, who kita 50 Ghana, if you 40 Ghana, now top petrol, at least, who get me to me, and then I can't do quarter.
Wow.
What I say, in Tiziano, and Yamu, but you're saying in 8 years, no be trying. Nana, yeah, that's right. Any road minister say, you are dancing more overhead never on.
Okay.
On share who to man do my. Now, there was that one, no super.
On your day, I can't know any nonsense overhead.
Why overhead, no, on your ability from radical dancing, equity dancing more hormone. I said, and you could do dancing my this or 1 year of fat, former or road no so and some other people see overhead the whole traffic. If you best try by any road minister, so almost sure would man won't be my employer and ever for. That's it. What can you mean? Say empenny phone so Egusua Omudi home come when so yen for now on also entry na 0302 20 80 90 0302 20 80 90. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nana, I know good afternoon.
But Joseph Nura.
But I have Arafat.
Palestine.
Ghana for Ghana buying it down for a million. The buffer yet Petrus Ghana bites me get that for my no muscle. I didn't think that for the old control plant. Now it would be a water body would give me the any control plant. And now be a home more you control plant. Said the young multi set down for my economic. I saw be 80% of I saw yes, I'm uncle certain. Maybe I don't know. You are a 50 designer that's what told me. Another for the Union Pana.
What's in us?
I thought you catch about him. So I'm going to miss what the mountain of. I just said to someone who said when he be as I want to catch castle. Therefore, so say, a no man, you're for a person. But the almost is a we are a quarter no money. Ghana buy any and I never 1%. One country agenda ministry say, Savvy, you know, if you want to again, never bear man, 1 40 again, since he has a yes, Ghana mema ye no ye be demonstrate atia no ti e bro bi nche bro bi bema bo ba ye kwachi bema bo ba kwachi oba so mo bema won kan che na mo se ta immediately ta get mo kwachi no enye sa be demonstrate
mo fire
bro bi nche bro bi me da se
Kwame one sa video no
na ha video no
mate
to Ghana mo kwachi enye sa ye nti asie bro bi nche bro bi Kebe mani timo abano but ano ba su timbe mani so obona yini nampa bo na sum I don't think it matter
me producer
so man tinga na ya ne gender military bi anche
Matias
Brobi
Matias ebi crampo na obi hu ye enti no me producer pesa video no ma me na ye mfantum na Ghana fo so mehunu senior na eko because hwe senior na oba besia pa papa be ma na nimu a na nyekura hello
Nana Otudako.
Yes sir.
Honestly, go to mu Amba Oni.
Yeah, there was a passport with my friend.
The organ of municipal.
May you.
So, Mamintia in Pinifu Kukudam, you know, NDC Greater Accra Regional Chairman, Honorable Ashimo, fantastic man. And yes, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Tema PSC, Tema Shepia, Peter Kwesi Mensa, fantastic man. Omo boy juma papa. Mia. Many me breya of free ahome so ansa me ba be ya adwen kakra. Otudako. Hwe ye be sre ye nuanom, ye maamenom, ye papa nom a mudi dwa e wo kroma ye ba mo na ase e be tobie. Kuru imagine say inuma bafoma bibia de di pese me bo e mo brand bia din wo show we so because we show we
Ginny rice cry for pa
anyway one bo
Ginny rice
oh yeah kokrom ne kohwe e buru da so kwame kruma mre na kofa do ne ba o me tim de den ne betum ne otu da ko obia ante so lele so wa bo timi so me bo
me ka so wo bo
anyway me see press ni bi da so wo honum ato ne e ye ya fa ho ukwa e wo hodida see ya ni ekono mesre mi nuanom NDC fo ni communicators bi won ase show we ye show kase ukwo na de no se ye tie no enye se NDC aba enti bi aba from no ewudifo eni etimodifo bi no wom omo di omo so mo teso ntire enye se wo ba ya wo so ene ukwa emo ya teso awa yes ya teso bi no so ba nana ura be no ma me se kokko ni ka metimi ka tire ni pani place ma me ni papa ade aban na wo tai na se wo se ade na me fa tire no it's very bad what you say se ka se na wo ko di je na wo to na body fa so se na wo pe etimodi nko me da si abrawo
mate na me nim sa am faso mpiri no me nim faso nko a oni pa ko no je ya tete ne ma so sei but I don't so debi on this etimodi nko a means wickedness some of these things maybe I make say be why just politics hello but you reduce my volume go from
okay mate
Ibacho ani enkasa
yo me den de gosri asikulu kwame ekasa finungwa
Ibacho yo mind
yo nyame shira is excellency Jomdamani Mahama na nyankopon shira ya MP the finest MP of Krowo Dr. Agnes Amumbulate ni adwuma so a oyema omai Ghana ne Krowo constituency na
okay
na no to yes 11 months na Jomama ebae Meka say it is the best Ghana has ever had.
The best Ghana has ever had in the past 8 years.
John Mahama Nyankopon ensure the pa say ka kanko a enka Jomama onrulia to so bewo because papa no na me yi ni mama na o my Ghana pa na mom no oha kakra bi wo ho me say nungwa ya ye wo ye bempu na no yenyansuo ama Kwabena ni bi mu ton so 1 gallon 6 cedis ya ton so 1 gallon 6 cedis
sa ensu asem na wo kan
ensu hajune pa na kwan na abandada MPP ni nanado na pan aban fontan tan sha so mo ye na omu jesi ho barrier ho no ama African tamanto ekọ junction more traffic traffic because I quite yet. Ubako wania ko fara bi ko etiri enti esra ban se ombehwe na omunya man na kupon chira oman Ghana no shajo mahama eman me da say
na me ka say eye ensu no de no I think say engage honorable Mutuwakilu because I don't know but na me tete say Ghana Water Commission na Ghana Water for tankers na kwa bonten no is being recalled. I don't know how true it is. This year no. Was that not Ghana Water for tankers be a cocoa bontin supply so near there? Mete said 960 kana deba no. And so any I don't know if that is true, but we at them. But sana tear there, Mr. I think that you should have a real look because a man could be brave and you must treat this with all seriousness.
Okay.
Hello?
That's it.
But for corner yemfa be no me sabi na fancy. Hello?
Hello.
Me ba to di ni ba bia frefre.
Hello, Tilako. Wa ojuma.
Ojuma pa yo.
Yes, Mr. Deputy, 1.5. Sampa. Yamano.
My entio pa.
Yes, aban. Yamano. If you tekwa yam chairman, I think the tekum better kuka. Yapana practice paso ini yesterday aban so chichi mai ono no ye ru free so itu aba yesterday no. Okay, kan ho mai. Na ye kwanu na so.
Mr. Pa.
Ana me tia me MP an kwa ya Freddy.
Obete. Enti aba ne say so aba mo panyimfo a mo presidency. Yesterday mo na mo so mo chroto na mo ye. Na nyunyam ne ba mo. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Me enti you.
From Rashid ni frefre kolego.
Me enti you free call.
Me pacho otuda ko pese o ka che presidency ni se. Omunya abutre mama no ya kasa na yedi ni baye. Onu wati ase wakase onkobium. But ya nye ready say onkobium. Ole say Ghana for ya ready say onkobium. Na ka che discipline for so omunya abutre mama ejuma mama enye 4 years na yedi. Omunya abutre mama oni ni du bibia omunya abutre na mama kita omani for at least 16 years. Nti omunya abutre yan kata ebe chusu se ordinance ana ordinance ebe fi ye Ghana for. Nti omunya abutre mai na ye to aban emanu no sa kobium. Thank you.
Yo ya that's it. President Mahamadi can I cross one that's the one that's about to say therefore on to so that's it. Hello. Yes, sir. Video to that could deliver be afraid.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Odabo day new.
Odabo day.
Winia. Why niya?
Yakuyanim.
Oden 11 months penny o. Nanso kofa pokwase kwan na he. Pokwase kwan na edem po a. Oko pokwase kwan na masa 11 months penny o.
Juma koso.
Nama koso. Oba dodo wa kwanu so adi safety nama koso. Na 8 years odi 8 years. In fact in kofo we da kamini o man kamin kasa obeje mu bi mu da. Me o mama Yakupon Shirana na onye ni bibia kama na tete ye be sa foto ama no. Ye be sa foto ama no pa na mo ye clinic no. Ye clinic no. Ye stre na ye stre o me mai.
Dia we.
Kini bi danfa.
Mate.
Okay.
Thank you. The community engagement is live on Accra100.5FM Citizen Show. Yankamo say Yabot Hemwe Ghana mine 1 years some 16 minutes past the hour of 3. You can join us with what you think, your opinion as part of the conversation. No joining on Facebook now on Swatch. Look creative. No CK sends more fire. Very well. Thank you, bro, for joining. Beneza Mokhtar is here. Nana, police must arrest the girl and other guys around, else brotherhood will demonstrate against the IGP because men are also human beings. And on that note, before I read other messages, about your Facebook, Lady Ebu Beme. And let me apologize. Viewers' discretion, actually. If you know you cannot watch, you don't come. But because it's Bema na year or by way say No, it's on Facebook. Join me right now. Accra100.5FM. Ebia na video no a wo hwe na nya no a. Ebia na we a different one. It is best if wait ma join yen na wa hwe na yakọ. Hwe ni na simple well. Ni akoso no enye case. Because ebia be ko na se be ma na fom mpo a. Enye case because a be me and a tin insa ball be ya anke a problem. Enti na grofo ka kire ma me na amomu se da no no a crash ni ebo na yere sabi ebo na deja no anche na ma me ukọ na we ma me wate ada o tedi ai ni ye gba kire and a man manage na no so I think say bia na o say na man manage na no man man krampo say omu no what ya ma sound name. Let's listen to the sound. O de ma minjai we let's go and listen. My yenti ni omoka no. Sound ni ase. Sound was here. Eni ase. Oh, I wanted the anka wonya correct one na sound no was here no. But of course, we need to say the girl.
Dabi ya mane pa wa ti do ma wa ba mo ya mu ni bi na o ya ku
No, I can't ask them. Me no tell me busa uskada. Me busa uskada.
What do you want for them? Dabi ya mane pa wa ti do ma wa ba mo ya mu ni bi na o ya ku
Okay, so that is it. It's still there, but this is important. Then we come back and have a discussion. Frederick Kujo worked with Matthew until young corner. You know, I'm train come on Accra. There are some thunderstorms. But whether or not true, no, obey me aboy pa. Open you can say, my amo how near more Kwabena Accra FM.
Make it super.
Me patrol yenyan ntie se thunderstorms bi ba sa na tie na no kra free na eba e de na yenye so man
Yo area de medicine machia etifo nyina you want to see Ghana Meteorological Agency every day bia no ye weather forecast issue that is the daily weather forecast and no issue 3 times a day. There were morning forecast, afternoon forecast, and nothing so the evening weather forecast. And until you pay no morning forecast, no about on 10 so on that HSA. If you echo, you may frame on your localized thunderstorms and then rain. I bet me a Google, Miami Accra, I 1 time mountain, nothing so 1 hour eastern, central,
Ashanti region, some areas within Western North and so. Able to me in issue no able to me a Google ni be. Now localized thunderstorms and then rainy. Issue it developing within the country when you external storm no if Nigeria and I say to go Benin na it me a prefer your mind when it's me the issue no then eba and when see anopano many CJ many CJ kasana and they anope no me catch and say and then you bring issue kakra bet me a Google forecast no issue Nemo mission pay more within the inland areas, especially of Greater Accra region, and in some areas within Doyumu, Badodoa, Media, Popasia, Kutuku, some areas within Medina, and so, and then the bottom, and also Akunya Kakra, or Echo Eastern region, where Mampong, Equiapem, Akimodako for India, Begro, Echo, Kokon, and bottom, and Akunya be Elho. Some areas within Volta region, they are catching son and bottom, so Echo, Akunya be Elho, and one so it's going to be. A bit to me a Google and then when I say publication be about bonton so if we joy and then a day I say alarm kakra about say if you are in be Eba Ghana then they only say insurance you can say but on na a very devastating and I say a bit to me I dream be you will forecast be and say the bonton so I can't say weather warning so as it stands now and there the whole of today issue whether one be to that effect. I just say a bit to me all right there the middle sector and also any issue I am not able to me a hard drink and I best say in Yama Bibri and see say not in Sakai the memoir the end whether one and so a bit to me about abundance so na fe meaning I home yeah air coso a war a real yeah, also and I say seasonal forecast and so the Babontes for the minor rainfall season. You can say season ending from the 3rd week of November through to the 2nd week of December. And when some may I can say the Miami Adodona, especially from the eastern coast of the country, if you vote region, Greater Accra region, some areas within Central region. You don't say no what you mean that any issue which is the 3rd week of November and you hear him say if it's some air quality in the insurance Google and all a bit free I say a brass and I say the frequency no a brass and say from the 2nd week of December 1 hour within the middle sector and the western part of the country once you know into a bit me a giant so nebiano from some air quality and say that issue and the bedding baby it's a penumpono I shall say that I will on my native to Upper East, Upper West, Northern Savannah region, and they are having some guidance with some slight hesitations.
Very well. I think that what about saying na tough anti me fancy Frederick Kujo Ekasab Metro. Now, of course, send your kind or say in disregard any kind of reportage. Actually, say I say a mobile ding in su and a begugu. It is so it won't be an issue, mobile ifrumo according to them. No. Beko no boko say yeah say you be parliament and speaker of parliament at the ruling about efa you honorable Nyindam my friend supposed MP for Bandai because of course Tamale Court actually say niema be branko so yi ntino honorable me friend PNye but speaker say okay the ruling about you be boni nyina etie why sir GH or say the lady is his girlfriend. They met about 4 months ago. The man promised something, long story, but has delayed fulfilling the promise, so she must be arrested. Why, sir? Are you sure that is the story? Usman Nuhu says hi. Now, Nana Ajua Adepa, I'll say she's a disgrace to sisterhood, certainly. The sisterhood will not be proud of her. Godfrey Daglomote, Asene, Ghana flag. Now, shout out to Pen Dream TV. Your guy see chamu papa. Now Daniel Afia Daniel or see oh no. We said the man can beat her, but she doesn't want to have issues with Ghana police. That's true. Now Vida Katara, I say what you lied from Sandema. Good afternoon. Albert Keokine, I see girl is fooling. Romeo Zico, I see those guys standing there. What is their use? What is their use? Nana Ajua Adepo, I say the man is trying to ignore her. They have to arrest the woman. I am say you afe no be adjoin if to be 1 minute be na afe me free hono kwad for so that as I read the messages Crawford can relate some American was maybe afe no be join here. My fear was say this is so wrong. Eva Tawia was I don't know what have come on today's youth. Should everything be abusive? She needs to be arrested, Nana. Romeo Zico was it the woman that will do this nonsense to me is not yet born. I tell you la. Abotere is it Bojidi Namsia? Ebenezer Mokhtar, my brother. I said, Nana, I saw the video this morning. The guy is dating a girl. Oh, okay. The fella no just we'll be the girl, but no, whichever way. Okay, so video no na or the other and maybe me hear video na me can say be a obane bo be man da. Because found when senior Bearman said he want to restrain himself. You come and see. Sebi say on ten and some on the crampo noir and can remember semono beba because men have certain ego. But senior Bearman or Bananya total dominance over him. Minim say Bearman on swa because Obana yin dancing pabwadi a yitwane bonu pa na Bearman no hwe ne sa anasa Bearman na gina ho ntia. Come on. We say agro and me say agro. So we say we your girlfriend, boyfriend, I hope it's not. And please let's stay away from abusive relationship. Who relationship na be man bo 1 2 3 frame. Aware enko heaven. Aware enko heaven. Enkwada nti we weja enkwada no. Ombe nyinkura acha na 10 omrefi. The flowers na baby go na so. Your mind for day. Esa adwene de adwuma. Relationship no be man no ka say mekun frim na maame obekun. Yes, I'm telling you. Frim udi agro bekun. Obi en ho do obi Yesu pe na word. Only God has love. Nipa do ekwesi say. Sure, and then also do. Now oba be ma kura be yo fese kwa me kwa che share new girl. He lyrics kwa me kwa chi digu form. Ode ko bisa Rashida say odo a na kwa me kwachi eyi na di e kire no first week we share no ene mo totoba no guso ya waja isi wanya na wi. So the point I'm making is say odo no with limitation etima me ye de ntiase ana kwa wadiem enye owo odo ana de kwa awadiem ode odo kwa wadiem abe free mu ntem agi ntiase ene ebi abotere. I'm telling you to me say mo amotete awadiem no. Yes, you may be older than us, but man, I ain't ma unwansa. Fear wadino. And sometimes I come, I am man the any penny account. Wait, video naswa, and Kebaka Sedebia, ne mema ne boma, but there are a lot of men who are suffering under the torture of women. A lot of men. Mema be bree. Egwam kokwo mfi. Mema be bree. Kona obane bunwa ofere obedi aka ofere me na meko kasa me yirabo me ofere. So it's a sad one. It's a sad spectacle. But anyways, what is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. Abra bema na ebu obane yesi enye na posifo akwakoche no a sabi se ye mfa ma me ntum kura mo nche bibi kakra watiwa na onsua ade infrim. If I tell you, I say badana, will you die in the name of love? Me, no. Me die. Okay. Die with him. Yeah. Okay. So now let me take you straight to Parliament. And that mayor Parliament, Juma. Me free part because me person me kaksa kakra fa pandai sitting home. The mayor Parliament, Juma. Me free Parliament. Mami, yeah, Mary Buedu. Buedu may we Jumani kakra. Because me wo obi semo watchro kakra making kind. Mary Buedu you be is alleged. Say when your appointment be a who ben send be whether or not a true, that is not my focus. But me focus in this as the voice for the voiceless. It's better say make sana grassroots than Juma. Sing crofwa oman wa John Dramani Mahama. Na ye din ya atwombe me appointment. Mfaso bi any so. I'm telling you, Ghana for you can be father for all for what you care. Baby so cry o make us won ye then your people twa say bia wo de wani be hwe omo no na o madane ahia fogu baby. I am here to make sure say the government will do what is right, to make sure so because when your opportunity before Ghanaians, because at the end omo bu amu ete pentikwa no mo na be se edi machi in the 2028 elections. Omuni de me ya, obi enti me de me. Finito. Kwame, take me to Parliament. Now, enter the ruling of the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Sumana Alban Bagwen, on the Honorable Nyindam case of following the Tamale High Court ruling, said there were some electoral irregularities caused in the 2024 elections, or Pandai to be specific.
Layer that may prevent changes to the member status within the meaning of Article 97 and 99 of the Constitution. The House's attention is also brought to Article 105 of the 1992 Constitution, which provides that a person who sits or votes in Parliament, and I quote, knowing or having reasonable grounds for knowing, unquote, that he is not entitled to do so commits an offense. It is crucial to emphasize that Article 105 is penal in nature should the member know that he ought not to be in the chamber and he participates in the activities in the chamber. Honorable members, it's therefore too much premature to say that the Honorable Matthew Nyindam is disqualified from entering and participating in the proceedings of the House, because this period still falls within the 7 days mandatory stay of execution of the order. Honorable members, this is not a declaratory order, it is an executive order that was delivered by the High Court. And so the honorable member is right to have been in the House yesterday and to have participated in the proceedings. Honorable members, as I indicated, I had a second job to do, and that had to do with the ruling. The ruling is in respect of the complaint of contempt that was brought against the minority leader, Honorable Osahin Alexander Kwabena Afenyo-Markin, member for Efutu and minority leader of the House. Honorable members, on Tuesday, 11th November 2025, this House received a formal complaint under Order 6 and 33 from Honorable Mahama Ayarga, Member of Parliament for Boko Central and Majority Leader. The complaint alleges that Honorable Osahin Alexander Kwabena Afenyo-Markin, member for Efutu and minority leader, has engaged in conduct which, if substantiated, may constitute contempt of Parliament and a breach of parliamentary privilege pursuant to Orders 30 and 31-0 of our standing orders. The complaint arises from events said to have occurred during the sitting of the ECOWAS Parliament in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria, from 25th to 28th September 2025. According to Honorable Ayarga, Honorable Afenyo-Markin attended that session of the ECOWAS Parliament in contravention of a duly adopted resolution of this House, which excluded his name from Ghana's delegation to that regional parliament. The complainant asserts further that this conduct amounts to an affront to the authority and dignity of Parliament, and accordingly invites the Speaker to refer the matter to the Committee on Privileges and Immunities for inquiry and recommendation to the House. Honorable members, as I indicated at the close of the Majority Leader's submission that day, the standing orders prescribe the procedure to be followed when allegations of contempt or breach of privilege are raised. It falls to the Speaker, in the first instance, to determine whether the facts disclosed in the complaint established a prima facie case warranting referral to the committee. Members recall that I deferred my ruling to the next day, and that was to be Wednesday, 12 November 2025. However, the pressures of business on the order paper made it impossible to deliver the ruling on that day. I am now in a position to do so. In considering this matter, I have reflected carefully on the facts alleged, the standing orders, and the relevant constitutional and statutory provisions governing 1, the authority of Parliament, 2, the binding force of parliamentary resolutions, and 3, the scope of Parliament's contempt jurisdiction. What is the nature and effect of a resolution of Parliament? Honourable members, a resolution of Parliament is a formal act through which the House expresses its collective will on a matter properly before it. Once adopted, a resolution becomes a binding decision of the House until it is rescinded, suspended, or varied in accordance with the standing orders of the House. A resolution, therefore, has continuing effect, and the Speaker, as the presiding authority, is bound to give effect to it. While the Speaker may clarify the scope or meaning of a resolution, he cannot amend, modify, or disregard it unilaterally. Honourable members, this principle reflects the doctrine of collective responsibility. When Parliament speaks through a resolution, that decision binds all members, irrespective of political affiliation, leadership status, or personal opinion. As Eskime reminds us, and I quote Eskime, the dignity of Parliament depends upon the observation of its rules, and the authority of Parliament depends upon their enforcement, unquote. This is the foundation upon which parliamentary collective responsibility rests. So what is the power and scope of Parliament's contempt jurisdiction? Contempt of Parliament refers to any act or omission that obstructs, impedes, or undermines Parliament in the performance of its functions, or which affronts its dignity, or tends either directly or indirectly to obstruct, impede, undermine Parliament in the performance of its functions, or affront the dignity of Parliament. Parliament's power to address contempt is inherent in its constitutional status as a coordinate arm of government and is expressly recognized under Article 122 of the Constitution, Order 30 of the Standing Orders, and Section 26 of the Parliament Act 1965, Act 300. Honourable members, the jurisdiction to sanction contempt is not limited to acts committed within the chamber. The relevant test is whether the conduct, wherever it occurs, has a direct or indirect tendency to obstruct, diminish, or bring Parliament into disrepute or ridicule. Parliament may therefore exercise its contempt jurisdiction over conduct occurring outside the presence of the House, where such conduct undermines the institution's authority or impairs its ability to give effect to its decisions. Honorable members, I note that the specific instances of contempt listed in the standing orders, such as disorderly behavior, deceit, or disobedience of an order issued by the presiding officer, do not expressly identify non-compliance with or disregard of a resolution as a distinct ground of contempt. A resolution, as earlier observed, is a decision of Parliament, not an order of the Speaker. There is therefore no express provision making its breach a stand-alone category of contempt. However, Section 26 of Act 300 makes clear that the enumeration of contempt grounds is not exhaustive. Parliament retains the right to treat as contempt any act that impedes its functions or affronts its dignity. Order 31A similarly contemplates conduct, whether specific or general, that brings Parliament into disrepute or undermines its institutional authority. It is within this broader category that the present allegation must be assessed. Honorable members, it is useful to consider what constitutes an affront to the dignity or authority of Parliament. Orders 30C and 31 prove directly or indirectly brings Parliament into disrepute or which undermines its authority, reputation, or dignity may amount to contempt. These capture behavior that, while not obstructing proceedings, undermines Parliament's standing, coherence, or credibility. An affront to the dignity or authority of Parliament may arise where a member's conduct A. challenges or disregards a valid act or decision of the House. B. diminishes the institutional authority of Parliament or the Speaker. C. undermines public confidence in the discipline, unity, or dignity of Parliament. Or D. brings Parliament into disrepute before state organs or external bodies. Unlike other specific grounds of contempt set out in the standing orders, this category focuses not on the place where the act occurred, but on its effect. Conduct that conveys the impression that Parliament's decision may be ignored without consequence qualify as an affront to dignity, even if committed outside the presence of the House. Democratic experience across the world teaches that institutions endure not by their formal design alone, but by the conduct of those entrusted with them. The strength of this House, therefore, rests not merely in its constitutional design, but in the consistent respect members accord to its decisions and processes. Honorable members, having reviewed the complaint, the standing orders, and the governing principles, I am satisfied that the matter raised prima facie implicates the dignity and institutional integrity of this House. Pursuant to Order 34.1, I therefore refer the matter, the complaint lodged by the Honourable Member for Boko Central and a majority leader to the Committee on Privileges and Immunities for examination, inquiry, investigation, and report to the House. The committee is directed to 1. Ascertain the relevant facts giving rise to the complaint, including the actions taken by the House and by the honorable member concerned. 2. Review those actions taken within the framework of outstanding orders and the applicable protocols of the ECOWAS Parliament. 3. Determine whether the conduct, if established, constitutes contempt of Parliament or a breach of privilege under Orders 30 and 31. And 4.
Honorable Apenyo Marking, of course, Obekaya, Honorable Dafiama Pomonim Penufubiaka, Ebeka say, Honorable Nindam, it's answered Tamale High Court. Like I said, there were some electoral irregularities in Tiensan Koto Abanfo from. That is, we know who can say, but nobody participate in proceedings in Parliament. In T or Quambisono, there is uncle free. Omuyino a free Mukrakra. Speaker Caswad ruling. Na Uti Speaker. Na Chese Inquiry say, near maybe Biguna Quansono. Because wow, we say on the tour. That was the first ruling. Now, the second ruling, no. Obeka say, a year honorable Apenyo Marking, I can not ECOWAS Parliament. Ama maybe Dria, Omuyini free ECOWAS Parliament was replaced. It's in a say, or ECOWAS Parliament one. Abra ye she a fufu na se no na ye gi ana ye ratify omo aka ni na member countries ni na Ghana for parliamentarians represent Ghana koya, they were not ratified. Yanjo mantum yentimi answa yentimi anso in adentia honorable Apenyo Marking so aba na je se obi komu na je se nipa mienu ana aba for one position e ba ne sa no yentimi anso na je se edenim guase aba ama omo san do manim nsansa sa eba Ghana high. And on a majority leader, Mubekaya o raise kwam say, there be Apenyo Marking. Yanyanesa. When this was swan, who feel at the better apotro, the niso sale. It wouldn't mean fat when you want to win apotro. Yanyanesa, a sentinel, or catch them as the speaker say, Uncle unruly on any amahon dear, a year honorable Apenyo Marking. A year. Speaker deferred his ruling, I say, I'm a permanent. What in ruling, member. Speaker say, and of course, I'm say, Osha near Manua, a course no, a dear NK. It's in Comobomuno, not just say, at the Parliament and Union cry a buffon. Omakas Ghana cramon organized. Because no less a person than minority leader of the biggest opposition party in Ghana, knowing very well. And again, Papa or a lawyer. And I'll be linking him to and some more Kanye, Efre. The Tamale court and judge Kangaroo court, and I'm like, wow, like seriously? Into while refer matter no to the privileges committee. Wamu ana beshe no omaka sasem. My main kase Honorable Samson Asaka Wingobet adjoining Sansona Abdul Manaf Rabiu and so ewa yebekum na yedi enkomo. But fameko near Honorable Apenyo.
The judiciary must know that their actions and inactions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of courts. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Insawum for their so-called contempt. The world will see their disgraceful conduct. We will not sit aloof and allow them to undermine the very rule of law that they are supposed to protect. How can a judge who calls himself a judge sit in court and misconduct himself in such a manner and expect the country to be quiet? Now here is where the matter becomes even more extraordinary. This order, an order with massive political, legal and democratic consequences, was pronounced without the court's full judgments as I've stated supra. There were no written reasons, no factual findings, no legal analysis, just a naked directive issued into the public domain. And the whole constituency is now being told that there must be a rerun. I am a practicing lawyer of experience at the bar. I understand that courts occasionally deliver rulings with reasons to follow. But such a practice is the exception, not the rule. And it is never an acceptable approach when the stakes are this high. The judiciary must know that their actions and inactions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of courts. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Ansah for their so-called contempt. The world will see their disgraceful conduct. We will not sit aloof and allow them to undermine the very rule of law that they are supposed to protect. How can a judge who calls himself a judge sit in court and misconduct himself in such a manner and expect...
Because, say, as experienced person at the bar, now also contempt is so called. And you see, I am waiting for that day. I mean, so man no be against any court to be better some who be abreme. I'm also waiting. Now court to be entrance him who be breme say me they watch me contempt because me ma can say metia. Na ma bo honorable apenyo tape ya tell say is he a superhuman being? I'm just waiting. I'm just imagining say any other person say me utudako Kwabena Bobie Ansah and any of the soldiers I crowd say Ghana be fan into my pefra and I can send be singer anka court be send bail biana muhunu say this is recorded in history na muhunu say sense me e atwagui as a court nyina da e okrom hai so obi su koka sense no a court no nkoso na because mama yehunu say bibia no ever contempt of court. Parliament. Odo sabe nkum kire parliament a. Yes be the contempt of parliament. Anamebwa. Be the contempt of parliament. Parliament. Where honorable opinion is coming from. Be the contempt of parliament. And as a legal luminary with so much experience like you claim, now you make such reckless statement. It is funny the kind of a country you build it like an animal farm. Who the anymore empire so when your authority be when you do be scapegoat, your authority no timi can say no fan where that is the kind of a country I team and I don't know say ever. So sad is spectacle. Now question that me be say since when the honorable opinion marking who say Ghana court a kangaroo court since when? Since when? That's a Bafu Bunny court. A kangaroo court there. What do you call Tokonus court? May say, Sir Chief Justice Bafu Bunny. Ne court a kangaroo court. What do you call Mame Araba Tokonus court? And nobody or tree court and And I'm not surprised Honorable Apenyo is crying foul because Chief Justice Bia or the Assembly Court within 2 hours obey panel judges amano onya bill. That kind of shameful act is gone. It's gone. Now there's a resetting agenda and Ansah fuaba. Tomo ye neme nyansam. And Ansah fo ne abumai no. E jimi fo ni hobio. That kind of enkrofo no anka mubenya omun nwin kwetire they just empan you will not get it again. So I'm not surprised to say you throwing your weight about. Now when they are more court, Montana. Now one train so be no bepa, move flow to that. Make them say there is no contempt of court. Because the opinion if you fail to act, then there's nothing like contempt of court. Minority leader Apenyo Marking cited for contempt and referred to privileges committee. Where you're different, where has to do with Yakasimon Kwekowas parliament. Anna or Kwekowas parliament, ye free and also want to no koi. It and Ghanaian delegation, they were not able to be ratified. And I'm doing and the speaker has referred him to the privileges committee. But I'm talking about proper contempt of court. As I cannot. What's it so called? That one from Munjeri. And I'm now when I was at my mouth of Jufunfia. What body am I about for some conference in Hunaba? What are you talking about? Please, this is a serious country. It's not a banana republic. And I keep saying, I'm a fan see. No, man fan Abia may come anywhere and my hook and me here. But it's so sad, sir. Say, if you to me can some be on bosso, they get away with it. Huh? Oh, Accra100.5FM and you be a play bag, you know. Eh? Accra100.5FM systems. On person movie hour. No, the play bag in. Don't send this in so bad, no. As a play bag by a dean almost because Jamie will beat him so and also obey the idea. Chronos are no dear 1519 Chronos are. Because say no beat him so and also pursue being. Now obey Tiaka. What is the use of a plea bargain as a law? What's the use? What's the use of a plea bargain? Chronophobia could be a Ghana $100 million. I could invest in your son for so. What's the why I'm ready to obey Tiamai? No matter says Cano. Now if I saw what could do, Obico trouble there. What's on the old man in Conco trouble and she must plea bargain? What kind of nonsense law is that? Yes, it's Musea. And let me say this 2 minutes, them remedying Kobabushavo. I pray. Say, and I'm speaking to one Mary Buedua. Let me put it in a bracket of allegations because media me who in the green letter. But to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And I know what it means to be in power and what it means to be in opposition. It is a when you're to me, you guard it jealously. And Pipinyaya and Kafutwa Yadema woman to be in power, but it's too late. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, NDC Fuamo Sesiano, Yena Yam Pemboneno, Yetumufu Kasamutie. There are times, Moya campaign, more girlfriends in him, Yatuaba, we are fainer, more girlfriends than whom some here appointment. And the boys that worked, they'll be neglected. Where you no kura ya catch them where where you no kura catch them mama appointment na my chair, but we tell you the truth to stay in power than to lie to you or tell you nyama mama mutima ya there and you lose power. Sana lady ya wo free wo no wo baamia say ne assistant to say then a free party num 2 weeks was so about joining NDC pa ya the senior presidential staffer ye tumu famunti o ye tumu famunti Ghana who better yes in no to that home. And Ghana who better yes in nanama yeah nanama is so near TV. Ghana who better yes in yatiti ya cannot crash them one moment say bia ya say bia no, we want you to stay in power. Musha grassroots there before because in the first place a lot of the grassroots you are not taking care of those guys. They be making the likes of Sami Jenfi, Julius Dabramu, Tamaklo, Mami Owo, Mahama K. The pocket of them and yes, Sankophobia, like they cannot put body and soul together. Communicators, a court radio, Suko TV. So how are we taking care of them? I am praying, say, sir, Marie, what they say, Marie, Buedu, so I know, I'm not, and you know, Cresse, Yaman, and I'm telling you why I'm a Buefu, maybe you don't know why. I may pursue about tape with mommy. I know my way, no,
I'm out. We will retire John Mahama. NDC as a political party. I'm sorry, I'm out. To my membership card, I'm no longer a member of the NDC. Enough is enough. Me and I'm joining ye. Me and me send me hunko. We will retire John Mahama. NDC as a political party. I'm sorry, I'm out. To my membership card, Nini. I'm no longer a member of the NDC. Enough is enough. Me and I'm joining ye. Me and me send me hunko. We will retire John Mahama. NDC as a political party. I'm sorry, I'm out. To my membership card, Nini. I'm no longer a member of the NDC. Enough is enough. Me and I'm joining ye. Me and me send me hunko. We will retire John Mahama. NDC as a political party. I'm sorry, I'm out. To my membership card, Nini. I'm no longer a member of the NDC. Enough is enough. Me and I'm joining ye. Me and me send me hunko.
Was it Kwabena one of them? One of them. Me MC for one of the NDC programs. Huh? Me MC for one. I think so. And when I was saying no of Ane Kufadum. Oh no. I think that's what she said. Where? What does it? I'm not saying no. Anna little kuku to sometimes, anyway. Let me fancy her. But I'm telling you this for free. It's better I tell you the truth. Emma Wunya Wudene, but a bit wow, Dachi. Since I make try to remember Ohuaya de as your praise singer, but a bit how Dachi. Tie, Akoko such like Romanian Feda. NDC, learn how to take care of your own. Because in times of trouble, it will be your own that will rise to your defense. Tie, in some American, learn how to take care of your own. I will go bit money. Those guys, Atudazimu, PPP guy, meaning what they saying. Oh, that being Solomon Usu, fantastic man, Solomon Usu. Oh, PPP, Divine Kruma. Those guys may not directly be NDC, but I tell you what they brought to NDC, you have no idea. Yamfan say no correct. O de mi hu green letter bia. Yamfan say no correct. But this is just an advice. And your dawn, one no can correct them. Mo pam beti me na Jubilee House. Mo pam beti me asre. I am telling you the truth as it is. Boys, ni girls at to abama amonwa. Omo polling station, branch executive, constituency executives no. May catch them so go take care of them. They are the same people you will need in the 2028 election. A word to the wise is in a sin of.
Recommendations to the House for its consideration. In conclusion, honorable members, whatever our political differences, the authority of Parliament rests on a shared commitment to respect its decisions and uphold the integrity of its processes. Allegations that a member has disregarded a decision of this House must therefore be examined with fairness, constitutional fidelity, and a clear regard for the institutional independence of Parliament. I urge the committee
and maybe some other important issues. But Honorable Julius Debran so charge World Cup committee say Monkoye Juma soon. Monkoye Juma soon. Mo party boys ne boa mo ko hu America ne bi. Na me catch on crescent yet. Mo ko Canada ne bi. Why? Obu honman odi benya 4 years no. Like I say buy ne buy no. Mo so tibi ko America. E bi okwa obako nya some nice girl bi. Obi hua oba ya. Na ge ya be fa ne ko. Rabiu is a nice guy. America benya na Rabiu is and he o straight se ba o me. Empombo ko dia.
Onyama do mi bia boko.
Radiase.
Shiache.
My chairman Gunsu we are na you didn't come. Patrick Hemingway here. Say good afternoon. Joseph Dolagbenu. Is there? What's the NDC? She be careful. If Atavia, so I know too. She's the same person. She doesn't have a stand. If things doesn't go on her way, then she start vomiting. Me say I have some of my MC NDC programs be brave. I'm in Triameka. My MC be brave because me dojo Mahama. Me you are na say with the jitun so jifaka na ma jenesa. Ti aban na ba no. To the akose no dey. Cause why you radio ne defending. Na omo no a yeso omo join 2 weeks no. Yem form nko foreign missions. To the akode oko Spain ni bia. When you more time wo oko America ni bia wo tena ya yate ye be koso a.
Not even that. Nana.
Because ejuma pana GMO ye ntino. Ye me ya ba mumu.
Nana.
Say chairman.
Not even that. Say yam for okra commission bi mpo na ye unse every day and now ye aban programs. Say found a okoye opposite MC.
Me ko MC ba akokora say
also very big
at least.
Nti I think there's something wrong at the top there. There's something wrong. They have to you say dana na meti ha na me ka say NPP na ye ebidim ye di ekon eto from aye dwuma saa mam omo ba so omo appoint okrampo a at least every week or every month ombaka se munko ha office we mu hwem anamboa that's it ara ombaka se munko ha nasa security or any place office say busun ubia this people we need them but I don't know
Samuel Evans will try the message
yes there's something wrong
for me to say guy we kwadwo yeboa
yes Makati
look at the job those guys did
yes
so me to say Bobie Ansah
Listowell
Nana Majako Nana you see when we are here it's not as if so be person fighting for position but empenyin for say nye wetwi amanafe no de bomo yenche
yes
Makati say ana obi en hon mo kase praise the Lord hallelujah painting oko sorry and that's allow wakubaru ntina okomos sebi nya okohwe free nyankopon ho ye 70%. You understand the point I'm making?
Yeah, we stood on our ground in our village offices.
They want it was all over when they came. They wanted to kill me and all those ones.
And we
the accident in way. Now, some mimpo ne room so minim say mamu en kakran kakra. Mon fa ma reasonable people.
Even Kasade, the problem for us who yeah the more semsa, but me person here want to crampo. Once there's hope. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that.
Chairman.
Well, me let's
forget and go to the topic. Maybe let us go to
no, that my person can say.
Okay.
I don't want you to also run emotions. Then you run yourself into trouble by affirming issues now. I am very optimistic. Say, a filmmaker will be hauled before the same very court.
I'll be surprised if the court doesn't call.
I am very optimistic that some Ghanaian will drag him before the bar. What do I say? So, Omo, your friends saying, committee be our judiciary. What is the name of the committee? Even the Chief Justice is part of that committee. The Attorney General is part of that committee.
Judicial Council.
No, it's Judicial Council. Not Judicial Council. There's Ghana Legal Council. Ghana Legal Council.
Oh, okay.
that if a lawyer of such repute, who should know what to say and what not to say at what time, his outburst to that vulnerable lawyer, no, for me, I don't respect him as a lawyer. If he's truly, and which I know that he's a very good lawyer, he should know when to release his bites. He took emotions. He wasn't speaking to law. How can you convince me that the judgment that the judge did some few days ago? Are you sure if you go to the court now, you cannot get the whole report, the full judgment? You will not get it. The judge is not on any duress to read everything in her judgment day. And this is not the first time. 2012 general election ended up in court. When the day of judgment, our father, the then president of the court at the time,
Tuguba.
Justice Atuguba, he gave you 2 or 3 minutes and said, if you want the full decision, you should go to the registry. This was even the presidential and parliamentary. And you said that you think if you go to the court next week, you will not get the full report. There will be a report. Be as it may, if Afenyomaiko was calling that, but the issue was just for about 41. So there is precedent because Abilikuma, or what's the name? The one that we did recently at Abojokan area. What was the constituency name? The constituency that we voted.
Rabinobiana.
Yes. They went to court on specific constituencies.
Yes.
And they asked that they should go and carry those constituencies. Those police stations elections. So he said, if they were, he had asked that, but at the end of 41, Abansana said the whole constituency, then that you say, I'll have empathy for him. But from the way he left the subject matter and he was saying the paymasters. Now who went to Supreme Court at the time? There were so many cases, serious cases of national interest were lying at Supreme Court. We are not getting judges to empanel. But within some hours, but we were able to empanel judges. In fact, the chief justice at the time was heckling the senior learned person, Tarasori, Anambwa. What was the lawyer name?
Yeah.
Is it not Tarasori?
Yes, Thaddeus.
Am I right? Did I get the name correct?
Yes.
He was the one defending
He was defending Speaker of Parliament.
Yes, Speaker of Parliament. Yeah. Besides that, during Afenyomaiko time, the then Attorney General was taking a sitting member of Parliament to court every day. Every blessed day, judge question.
The chief question.
Yes, every blessed day he had to leave Parliament and go to court. He didn't find time to say that these are their paymasters. He couldn't condemn his own party for such a thing. To the extent that the man was stripped naked and he has to go back to contest. And his people said they still want him. You saw the forces that went there, yet the people voted massively for them. But there is one lecturer, he's at UCC. I think Accra FM interviewed him 2 days ago, and he said he commended my brother Matthew Yindam, who lost the case, who should have been emotional, but he said, well, what the court say, even though he disagreed, but his lawyers has filed an appeal. I think they should have been debating that way. That even in Parliament, when majority were saying that Yindam should leave the chamber, the best to say is, we have filed.
Chairman, so when you say we need Okwanbaso,
yes,
that there were no electoral irregularities.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly. No, but you know, it happened. They did to NDC, and they know NDC will do to them. When they come to by-elections, the government in power, they will use all the government machinery. Everybody will go there. Every minister will go there. Every appointee will go there.
Always follow. You gave the Jechikwesin example.
Exactly.
Percent of MPP was in power.
Yes.
NDC won.
Yes.
And so it's not always the case. Party in power.
Yes. So what should be done is the MP should go back and start appealing to his people.
David Agbanyego said, Nana, to tell Avingobe to speak
Oh, catch them in Tichi. Say MP no. So I'll come back to the constituency. So if truly he was a good man to them, Ejidi say even President Mama can go. Who was that? Who used to dare President Mama? Is it Kennedy Japan, right? There was one MP who used to dare John Mama that even if John Mama come there, he will not win. To contest with him, he will not win his constituency because he is very well connected with his people. Anambwa. So if the member of parliament, you know, in the last 4 years he was in opposition. You remember I said he lost his seat to the NDC candidate. The last 2020 to 2024, it was an NDC MP. He lost in the 2020 election in them. So in them, I'm sure he has gone into some little poverty, and he used all his last resource in the 2024 election. One MP came. He has not even got 2 years, and they said that Master, your seat is done. We should be advising him to go to hospital because his BP will go high. Because where is he going to get the resources to match with the government in power? That alone is a big blow. Because he must get the resources. And now, you remember when MPP lost election, less than 3 or 6 months, they said they couldn't get money to pay their party offices and other things. And Kennedy Japan had to go take money to them. You remember that thing? The general secretary, they could not pay their bills. And so now that they are even almost 1 year, you think that if they say they are doing by elections, the MPP will have money to go and support my brother in them to go and then win the seat. So maybe, and he should be crying, but Afemake decided to. But you see, Afemake, you see, and there, Metimaka say Afemake has lost his credibility in the eyes of Ghanaians. Even Onongas and a partner, Grandpa. Menjindi says a Omoko council meeting now. Funding for this meeting, funding for the Kodamat NEC, right? Yeah. National Executive National Council of Elders meeting or National Executive Committee meeting, Grandpa. Menjindi said it's likely that they will propose a different person to. I can tell you.
I'm feeling no.
No.
They have different view, but Charlie,
the statement
boys know when people know there.
No, I'm telling you. The statement is scandalous to the court, and I know the judiciary would use him as an scapegoat to sanitize.
I doubt.
And I will expect that your friend says the county chief justice. What's his name? The friend Bafo Money. Bafo Money should not sweep this under the carpet. I think Marcus, he has already said that you have found a court prison. So person concern one. What he said is contempt of court.
So-called.
It's a contempt of court. And they should not sweep this under the carpet. He should be used as an scapegoat. So that you about the court. You can critique the court. And they are above anybody. They are above anybody. They are not above the law. You can critique the court, but you cannot scandalize the court.
Now they free from it.
What they say? You cannot scandalize the court. So if you look at all the pronouncements to the extent and say, he's satisfying his paymasters. Look, the women are very firm when they come to decision taking. I am not sure anybody has gone to convince the lady her leadership to do what she did, and I am sure she did.
But the question
purely according to the law and according to the facts and evidence before the judge.
Beyond that, time was because by logic, honorable opinion marking actually say, "Maameno or 70 paymasters." If they say
which is reckless statement.
So hold on, if there's a paymaster, then a certain pay has gone somewhere. So the woman, by extension, so the question I want to ask is say granted, assuming without admitting, say, my menocra 70 paymasters, yeah. Then a penny market be so say, oh, tria to kunu bibi, and son or empanung for that 2 hours, I'm mananya judgment. That's the logic.
And that is what
that's the logic.
All of us has the right to protect the judiciary, to support them and to protect them. Because you know the judiciary has a history. They have a history. And they wouldn't want what has happened and Tokono have left and the new one has come. In fact, even at veteran level, you saw how Ofemakers tried to behave. He misbehaved in that conference room when they were vetting the chief justice nominee at the time.
It takes the whole process.
It took the Baku Central Member of Parliament to come and say that I will not allow you to have your day. Okay, that was where the fight started. So I think that if the judiciary will sanitize the system, will bring their past glories back, they must use Afeamaken's scandalous statement and haul him before the court, and if possible, let him go behind the bars to bring sanity. That is my calling.
Even if he's fine, you see, even if you can say that maybe he may have allowed emotions to have taken the best part of it.
You can do that.
No, maybe
me can do that.
But not him.
We are not lawyers.
I agree.
He's a senior lawyer. You. I'm sure he's more than 10 years behind the bar.
Yes, not only a lawyer, he's also a lawmaker.
And
yes,
minority
and he's also a lawmaker. He's a member of parliament must be honorable and not dishonorable.
I agree. My point is say not even necessarily behind bars, but even if there's a fine. Well, I just want a certain example. Only who say we there is a deterrent. But in the other scenario, Sebi Muntie 3
yes.
They were put behind bars.
Yes. So Afeamakens, and I'm saying on him, he knows the heaviness of a contempt. He knows that if you go and meet the judge, and the judge is not such a soft person, you go behind. It's not less than 2 or how many years?
For contempt.
So he's looking for a by-election in his constituency. And I am saying that we Ghanaians will rise to protect the judiciary. We cannot sit down and allow Afeamaken to bring the court to a scandalous judiciary scandalous. And I am sure the woman will have to her leadership stand to also vindicate herself to say, look, my brother, nobody pays me.
And yes,
I am doing work for the state.
We will assume
state pays me, and so he who allege must prove.
That's right.
And so where you gotten your facts from, come before my court.
Fanyindam the cow preko still within parliamentary.
Yes. Fanyindam there no. I said you didn't play that one. You say the speakers
have played it.
Rule.
Well, rule yes.
Or today.
Say na honorable Dafiama problem.
Yes.
There should be stay of execution.
Exactly, till 7 days.
For 7 days.
That's what I'm saying. So nobody for 7 days.
Yes.
Yeah, so after 7 days, they'll come up with their legal.
Exactly. But uti in your canoa. Not just say, Papa no because what na kakra. Inclusive sense she be better na kwem.
Yes.
Then.
Honorable Bagwin is a very experienced person. He understands the law. Or Accra100 now on him parliament standing orders nina. He's a father as well. Until we share most of the guys in parliament but because a can be his children. And he has also been a senior most. He has been a chamber.
Some can even be his grandchildren.
Practice.
Practice
in the chamber. And so, if they talk of experienced person now, honorable the right honorable speaker of parliament. Now, of course, sir, if 10 months couldn't do anything now, 7 days there never. What did I say? 7 days there never. Because of course, is it true that the gentleman in question has filed for stay of execution or not? It is true. They have filed for stay of execution, and there's a period. It's not a fable.
7 days.
It's 7 days. Now 7 days by December 1st. According to if they calculate December 1st. And so let us respect it. I think I respect the speaker's judgment. And also, Afeamaken has been referred to the standing committee as well. Privileged committee for say Adano or your friends or ECOWAS Parliament. Everyone say he wasn't part of it, and his tenure of office have expired. Now where
he was replaced anyway.
He was replaced by one of the members of parliament. Takase anayede. Takase lawyer so takase because lawyer camera
lawyer camera
lawyer you see me takase. Is that about your flex? It's not about your muscles. It's not about your hair stature. It's not about your looks. It's not about the way you speak.
That's
right. Because of that, say sorry no fu because on Ghana candidates no, they weren't admitted and sworn into office. This is another scandalous. Such a person, why will MPP continue to put such a person in front of their bench and making him their minority leader? I think all these things should even be things that they themselves should advise themselves. Say, look, I feel you are bringing embarrassment. You are embarrassing the party, and you can no longer be in front there. Look, why? We are in this country. We are in this country when cases were called continuously every day, every afternoon. You must go to court. Now, if you're making out here, and see, for him to come back and then starting throwing these tantrums, I see it to be tantrums.
Very well.
He's throwing tantrums, and he's trying to hununa the judges and hununa everybody. He cannot hununa yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chairman, let's say about so live on Accra100.5 FM. Ya kajagum. Ya ti in 70 BF or nina. Na ya de Ghana yi midindi to da. Now, Inshiraba Parkwesi has also joined us on Facebook. Umar Mohammed is here. But Maminchia Chief Inspector Kwashi, Greater Accra Regional Headquarters owner, Chief Inspector Kwashi Michao, and I feel also for AGM door to door. Also for what boy you mapa. Okay, so Umar Mohammed also now tell your guests that the MPP doesn't use sincere people to work. They use people like Apenyo, Abronye, and Wuntumi working. Parkwesi says he should be stripped of his parliamentary portfolios. Now, Daniel Lumovi, Nana Utu tell Awin Gobet more fire. David Agbanyaga, also Nana Utu tell Awin Gobet to speak tree. Okay, very well. Ebenezer Lucky, but you should also understand say Onye Akaini. So I am padding. But if I tell you to speak Hausa right now, it will be a problem. So they are trying, actually. But me, I'm here. Gapoka me will a few, ona. And to be who say, Ganemi J ga papa ni she me boy him more than
Obake.
So they are, in fact, the non-accounts are doing better than the accounts. And I'm an account, so I say this without fear of favor. Because non-accounts no or teach no or something in Kurum Kasa or something about account for them petty share Kuruma. Very well. But that's on a lighter note anyways. Now Ebenezer Lakai was na Majako, champion woman, Yatiti, superwoman. NDC must give their children scholarship at least. I agree. Erica Mankosi, please Utu that could drink water. Water them are drinking. Me drink here. Samuel Evans Uta was a list too well. Kwajuya Bua, Makati, Bobie Ansah, Nana Majako, Nano 2 rounds for Boache, Nancy, Radio Gold, etc. They all deserve to be treated fairly. Don't worry. Me, I know, say, government mean take care of everybody once. Kakra. And I know, say, we have 4 years. Intimidate me, GDH, say, Radi Pesu Shirawa, it can even be 1 month. What is here? And you know,
everyone they grab it was some bravo.
Yes, never Radi as a sound. Me, hey, JM bet my friend, Otubra. Near JM, the mamma, maybe I mean, you may be for the rest of my life. Oh, yes. Because near JM 1 city, no, $5 million. As I'm not making it, you know, me, I believe, say, Nya Emre, Emma Bino. Name my binding near my grassroots in Buefu. That is what I stand against. Because Obiakana Nutum, na ye prezi abano, oh ya de, na say any man no ebe ha ban in other elections, no, e ha ban no a, on position. Opportunity, no, we have lost it. Intermediate me, I'm not a sycophant. No. Dabi. I'm not me, I'll tell you the truth as it is. Na ye kwe yenim. We na man pemasem. No kura me catch you into pemasem. God will judge between you and I. Rabiu. Now let me say this. Way back from the University of Ghana, and we're both in majority caucus. Yes, I was then the majority leader. In the University of Ghana Parliament. Who's honorable could you to Parliament? No, a minority leader.
Yeah.
In his time.
Yeah, in their time.
Yes.
2006.
Yes, in his time. Yes, he was a minority leader, and that means many opportunity here, majority leader. Now one of the vocal guys. And Honorable Ataisa was also part. He was also my member.
I think you handed over to.
I handed over to Ataisa.
Then when you handed over to Ataisa,
yes.
I became the majority chief whip.
Oh yeah, you became. That's right. That's right. So good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Same as you. Many maybe I come kwachi ko hu. Oh, okay. Okay, that's right. Maybe I try young Kejagum Ghana food. Any parliament, any floor, you are about other issues.
Oh, okay. First and foremost, no, the mechanic say, Mitia, Ethiopia, na producer, what is so Mitiano pa, Obomo de pa, na. I think the entire team of that guy, you guys are really doing well.
Okay.
Now, the party members, NDC, those who are in the farm, those who are in the fitting shop, those who are in the saloon, the beer, Michiamunia, na, almost say, send an amino, the bufu giddy, and yet the answer any bufu, but sometimes. Oshe Juma wa yama party no. Now at the end of the day no. Now you feel like you are not recognizing the party. It becomes a worrying situation. So their minions leader, my friend come for a tier for my friend leader because once a leader always a leader. So but one thing I believe in say with time no BBI and grassroots, no.
I believe so too.
Nobody should lose hope.
That's right.
The John Dramani Muhammad that I know is somebody who is principled. And you be out trantro. Okase obey. And washe bo say we need elections with the 2024 election. No. Obia Benyan what share of the what national cake. So party for Obia Nyabotre. Bia be and sometimes no. In Penifono, say Bufu Krampona, let's just be mindful of some of the words that we use. I'm just making this reference because of some of the commentary that is currently running on social media. So, Patifono, Munya Dide. Oh, Bibia Bekama. No.
10 months and I love my Mundidi.
But, Assembly discussing has to do with the what election. Etiefo, I think say yama etiefo no. Omonti asiye what the issue are or what the issues are and why afenyo marking let me say
come to me the frafra to make you flow.
Yeah, because I will come to we afenyo marking.
No, say musara, mu fire ina many akuma kitwa ba. Yes we titwi.
But I think they will indulge.
So assembly and say your elections 2024 general elections.
Kasagu Mike no mama.
Your general elections or Pandai.
Okay.
So omo to aba no. Omo
Kasa meteo.
Omo to aba no. MPP for no. And electoral commissioner Ansah then. Madam Jane Mensah.
Man, so Mike we need another mic. So that it will not. Okay, so
the MPP.
Okay.
And the electoral commission. Omu kabum. And omu di kwasasem. And the kwasasem omu di ni say. Time I know your collation of the resources.
And omu di sebi kwasasem.
Omu di sebi kwasasem. Omu who say President Mahama no only di the election in Pandai. Omu who say Mahama only di election no. Omu say no. We have to do something. And they have to do something because that is because as at then they were in the pocket of the Mensah. So what they did is say almost try and almost distracted the whole electoral process at the coalition center. Now electoral let me say the electoral officer at the district level now for no reason to be any okoshe kona wo okoshe wo bedroom wo with the MPP okoshe baby kona and amu quality resource enti issue na work out no very simple NDC ye parliamentary candidate okokot say Imran say ye to aba say obia everybody should agree to a particular place as a collation center but as I say no me menti ase because collation center no from nowhere, no reason, nothing was written to the MP, nobody was informed. Before Becca Jack, almost is a collation center. Without writing, and according to the CI 127, it's categorically stated, say if you are coming to change collation center based on certain security issue, you must write to the parties involved. And who are the parties? The aspirant. One throw NDC candidate. MPP they mean say what trauma no and as what testing on WhatsApp phone no.
Oh, NDC they say Charlie you sister no.
Because MPP no. I don't know how.
Is the MPP there? Oh Charlie you sister no.
So
I catch them simple brother.
But I said me no say 41 polling station. Resource no. Omo quality wo omo ghetto. Baby omo quality resource no. There were inconsistency with 41 police stations. So, what are some of the inconsistencies? The district electoral officer, no. Oh, catch say you are using the scanned results of the MPP pink sheet. Omunyafi police agent for no to collect the results.
The original pink sheet, no way.
So, where are the original pink sheet? And Osha serve 41 police stations, no. The result contradicts with what the NDC has. So, as a party, as a electoral commissioner, that is why I am highly in support of the removal of the Mensa. Because we share a petitioner or raising one key issue which has to do with chronism. And this is the example of the chronism I can. Because the Mensa allocated district electoral officers at certain districts where they want to rig the election. But unfortunately, they could not rig the election. But Akore were lucky. But unfortunately for him, court had done it as So we know that within the 30 days there, you call by election now. You go for our own mandate. What you say? So you can say, let's come to a marking issue. I am stating it on record, say. After your market, before any other thing, you are a Ghanaian and also a minority leader. You are not the landlord of Ghana.
Now, Kasagu Mike, no mama.
You are not the landlord of Ghana. The only landlord of Ghana is the 1992 Constitution. If today you disagree with a court ruling, it does not warrant you to speak anyhow to an extent of saying, say, our judiciary has become a kangaroo. Hey, Afenyo.
That's why I say he scandalized the court.
Afenyo, Mark.
Let's say a question. Say, a year baffle bonny. A cost system. A kangaroo dear. A rubber token, dear. Your best friend is saying.
Araba, I don't even know how we call it because maybe the car will wash it here for maybe money or many issues.
I tell for more, tell me no more fed in number. Obi will tell me on Facebook. Maybe some question. Me here answer on Facebook. Honorable opinion marking say. A year Chief Justice Bafuboni court a kangaroo court there. Maybe say any eraba to ne court no your best friend is saying me here din on Facebook.
I'm sure say before baby you know.
Oh my names making kind some more.
Now you can't say afenyo marking. How do you call it? Wo afenyo marking. Okay, speakers issue no when NDC became majority in parliament or the case on the call Supreme Court. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, now Friday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Afenyo marking, what file case was court. Within 1 hour, the registry or court could make your case to be heard.
Telephone call.
But to kono me the minim, so any girlfriend ne mother-in-law ne de o minim. She could within 30 minutes.
Girlfriend the bedding, but mother-in-law there.
And panel 5 judges to make a decision on this case. And do you know what is surprising? Within 1 hour, or 12 p.m. no, by 1 p.m. The court has given their reason decision.
The judgment was ready.
By 2 p.m., speaker nya copy. How? We do 2 hours.
Dispatch.
So Afenyo wants to tell us today, say, those days, no Goro boys were registered, or you can say Supreme Court. You can say other case banner because we're topic now say about discussing and then no, which has to do with the religious what have you.
Wesley girls say.
When you say last year 2024 no petition here. File case. And then today is one exactly a year. We are still talking about that the same issue.
Almost started names in about.
Oh, okay.
I almost started it. He was much more due. Duka. Or see a friend of Vampires Court. Myla Edusu, or say no be chimpanzee court. Akukuda, or say that one will be called Lovers Court. Anna Felix Entry Saba, or say Kankani Court. Unum Kankani. But I won't find making garage.
So, after no, within 2 hours, so person catch I say. Within that 2 hours, no. Who was he? Like, we know your wine. But democracy, no, we have cherished from 1982 to date. We say NDC for Krampoa, Ghanaians will not sit down for any individual to come and dismantle the democracy that we have cherished all this while because of your own parochial interest. Now, what have you marking? You can say, what do you call it? Omo abemu. Onu so no ECG boche.
Yeah.
ECG boche. Who credibility ah. You can say e can na waja wo ECG no. E can na waja one no. You would by now be finding solutions on how we will recover those debts. The same ECG can say boche in your era contains 1,300 ayera.
Make sure make your investigations.
Afenyo marking no 1,300. So I mean, so be any container flyer na. So you afenyo marking, you don't have any credibility. Your credibility is in let me say it's in distress. So what one now can say the Supreme Court is you can say it's a kangaroo room. I think we need to call him to apologize to the one. He needs to apologize to the judiciary, apologize to Ghanaians, and if nothing is done by the Supreme Court, some of us will come together.
Rabiu, and do what?
Some of us will come together and file a case at the Supreme Court.
Okay. Rabiu, let me be say. Na say
no ya.
Rabi, oh.
Ya pa.
And the honorable opinion.
So
he has seen what NDC was going through.
Yes. Because that time, no, ultimately, sorry, majority leader, no, in them. Because on him said, whatever be the case, Araba is there. Today, Araba is not there. See the way you are struggling. They say.
I don't know what to say Araba and Nebuana.
Now one and Nebuano. Because BBR Parliament, BBR Parliament, don't say, if there's a later issue, hey, I'm not filing petition. And we also the how do you call it? The distress the current deputy finance foreign affairs minister went through. Say dual citizenship.
Who's the deputy?
As in MP. There has never been any instance where the lawyers in NDC or NDC communicators have gone to any podium and say you can say what do you call it? The Supreme Court is a kangaroo room. Because as NDC members, we believe in the rule of law. And so we do rule in the by. Some say re-election. We went and there was a by-election. So why is it that this time round no? And you see,
that's a most munyade.
No,
NDC say much more than city bia no magic. You're fine.
No.
You see, MPP for a no. But say me go party here. I say enough. Na magic. I have not me habli kuma enough. Na magic.
Me nya krapo na ka. We can ko na ka you want 276.
Mamunya bi.
Because the MPP is a nuisance to this country. They have no credibility in this country. I said 92 saying he's going to enter parliament. What do you say naka MPP or parliament 1992? Naka but now what do you say naka your constitution? Like but now we are still struggling to have a constitution for this country. Because they were not there, we were able to put up a constitution for this country. So you know, me say no can NDC there. if there's any available seat, we will go for it. Because the John Dramani Mahama has only one vision for Ghana, and that vision is to reset the economy, reset the country, reset every sector of the economy.
For now, I also have one vision for you.
Yes.
That is for you to stop, and I'll come in and we'll continue with the rest of the topics. But my name is Oka ECOWAS Denibia. Did you touch on that one?
No, I didn't talk about the ECOWAS.
Oh no, and take a crefrio. Let me give you the latitude. So with that is the Speaker has referred Honorable Apenyo to the Privileges Committee because ECOWAS court, I beg your pardon, ECOWAS Parliament, and yes, or could be. But also searching China.
So that is why.
So when the Ghanaian delegation were not ratified, and I'm doing go say bye.
Waste of resources.
Yes, because Ghana never hoka.
That's what I'm telling you. It's my first submission. Make I say, Afenyo Market should know that he's a Ghanaian. Likewise, the way I am a Ghanaian. Likewise, you are a Ghanaian.
Okay, but let me ask you. So did Afenyo Market went on his own ticket?
That I don't know.
Or Parliament of Ghana?
No, Parliament of Ghana didn't fund it. I think
he went himself. I want to know whether if they paid for his ticket.
My producers are telling me he went himself. In fact, I'm not sure Parliament would have funded it.
No, but the bone of contention is saying
yes.
The other delegates that were sent there were financed by Parliament.
Yes.
And you go there to go and disgrace Ghana.
And we are not ratified.
And have it in mind, say, Ghana is the first country to have gained independence.
We are very respected.
So everywhere you go, you are being respected.
That's right.
Then you go there and go and disgrace us. Who are you?
Oh, a minority leader.
No, he's a minority leader, but he should also know, sir. He like Wahama Broso.
Very well.
With
Papa Siduka also Vampire Scott. Lukukuda also the one will be called Ave Scott. Falis Enchisanda, Saba also Kankani Court. Abdul Ganiyu also Vulture Judgment. Charlie, names near Debano. You be say a question, say, based on what Apenyo can say, the court is becoming a kangaroo court. Only if say if Bafu Bonnie's court is a kangaroo court there, then how do we call Tukunu's court? And on David Kwabena Force and also a Konkonsa court, Mohammed Umar Farouk also Green Snake and a Green Grass court. And was a more abbreviation GSUGGC. More time will grow. You can never go unhappy. Ismaila Idris was a chimpanzee court. Samuel Nyeha was a Ekufuado's family court. Wow. Hey. David Agbenyaga was a Araba Tokunu court. Vampire Slayer court. Wow. Wofake was a NDC concert party. Okay, yetiao NDC was what Shaibu Yaya or say Anaconda court. Frederick Tete also the law is the law court. I think that one also resonates. Ebenezer Lakai or say Tokunu's court was Ninja Assassin's court. And you ninja pay assassin count. We a wicked guy. David said, well, Black Cobra court. Eric Amanko Serpent and Dragon court. Anna Muhammad Umar Farouk or say a chameleon court. Me time I kind in answer didn't come. Hambo Aye or say a 38 court. No, that's what you're saying. Where the Hambo Aye because to say it's 38 court, I don't understand.
There is always MPP last election.
38%. Okay.
So
Anna David, when you say Tokunu court is called Mami Wata court. Oh, Bernard Adechi family affair court. We say luminaries court or Heneba Nana Kwesi Elephant 38.3%. So please keep the messages coming. And the question is simple. If Honorable Apenyo Markin calls Justice or Chief Justice Bafuboni's court as kangaroo, what then would he call Araba Tokunu's court?
Nana. Mr. Kabibi.
The next topic. Say when the
okay. Next topic.
Okay.
Maybe no, let me say we can ready for say yeti medi.
Bit more
Nema.
Brunya imu.
And they good for omo AGM. They have their conference to elect their new leadership. Because the omo reps all over the country by here. And then when I had the opportunity to address them, we catch them. Say, so, leadership, national leaders of various businesses associations. Say, dollar and koya, musi yen kasa na kasa. Say, city depreciate here, musi yen kasa. Customs, TTM, musi yen kasa. Say, I buy for policy ban and year, Musi and Casa. I say, I buy a ba, na the stability from April to data. Compared dollar, yebi at the far lower rate than you used to get it. Your quarter duty, very low rate, less than the 30% we are using January to March. Inti, SNT nemaso. Na, for Moko marketer. No Monsumus and para stability the banner. Ye na benefit anamwa. But say nema. Not to sorry and say a buy on for ally, even though you were a liberal economy. I say Katie Hammond and maybe sorry call Parliament a year of Koji ally to regulate. So we don't need that. Let us reduce. I told them. Say any entity name so. Now you are any platform that I go and say Jody 4 because say Jody 4 the omuti platform we nti Minister Christ here last week. Nema de yabati so that Christmas we obia be di pete. Nti na na tu.
Also obia be di dey.
Obia be di bi.
Obia be di say.
Obia be di because we come market. Nema be
oh chairman.
Obia be di pete.
Abamba. Obia be di
pete. Nti
chairman peche.
Aye peche wo. Aha. Nti ya catch them say omonhwe yam ne omonyi nema na so. So that say that na because we na kasa na Ghana for 20 years omsumdim boy. Nti we will see if you go to the market there, you will see a real change of and for Oko market and patcho menjina one side the top name no.
Yeah, that's true. Men kasi we na customer.
Chimba. 90 ba o me oba hu omo amoye dey oti nem so na wato nem go.
That's right. It's a good advice. Chama Yankwe.
You.
Me patcho Chama, are you a Christian or a Muslim? Oh, you are not.
Wait, a very serious typical question.
No, but are you religious? Say
yes, I used to go to Assembly of God Church.
No, I know they are church, but in terms of faith, are you a Christian?
No, am I a Christian? Yes, I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian, so that is not. And Rabbi, are you a Muslim?
I'm a Muslim.
I'm asking. I should have reflected on them. Maybe some way because a black conversation. We are entering a more controversial era.
Yes.
I beg your pardon. A more controversial threshold or
threshold. Yeah, area.
And let me first state, say, and Komona Yebebon. We are taking emotions out, firstly.
Yes.
Oh, exactly.
And secondly, we have to be careful with our utterances.
Yes.
Because we know religion and
how it can, yeah.
But from the perspective of Christianity and from that of Islam, yeah. That na make you say, you guess in a Muslim way.
Yes.
Muslim way boys in a Christian way.
Ampara.
Yeah, no man. Rabbi, like he said, when I was the leader of University of Ghana Parliament House, that time, you know, he was a member and he later became a majority chief.
Yes.
He's been a brother.
Absolutely.
Honorable Ataisa was a member. I handed over to him as then majority leader and all those ones. And you know, you're sharing community.
No, too. And the problem is, I'm up issues to buy Class FM. No Class FM. Now, Minya Haruna, he's one of the Muslim leaders who signed a letter or a petition to either they sent it to the education minister or to the president. I don't know, wherever they've done, but they issued a statement. I don't know if it has come to attention.
No.
Now the education ministers to the what do they call it, Director General, right? They have also issued some statement. I don't know if it has come to attention. Meme ko Bokusek. Tama ko Bokusek no. Boku Secondary School no. Ne yawo Muslim for mosque. In fact, most of the houses, there are mosques where guests around the houses, okay, that they pray. It is only Fridays that they go to town to pray for Duma. What you say? But I do afternoon and we are and in prayers. That's where they go to pray. Now our Christians, so they will also go to the classroom to do church services. That was how I saw it. If say a fasting period, now yamao time, or they do their food early for them to do fasting and breakfast. And then then they keep their food for them to break their fast at 6 o'clock. This is 6 o'clock.
It depends on
the time the sunset. So, but Bokusek is a government school, a mission school. But now I asked Haruna in the morning. No, he was in the same panel with me with this member of parliament, a member of MPP, and also a Muslim guy. I've forgotten his name. Sakasalia, we were together in the platform. So I asked that, okay, Ahmadiyya in Kumasi and the rest, are they boarding school? No, sir. So I asked, okay, so if they are boarding school, do they have churches? Do the Christians community that attend, children that attend, do they go to their church? Do they do churches? And I say yes. And the Muslims also do their prayers. And he said, but they do Arabic together. So I asked, is Arabic is something? Or say, Arabic together. They recite Arabic. And I said, how do they recite Arabic? Because is it a course taught? And I said, because it is a Muslim school, that's why they are practicing, and everybody have to recite Quran, Arabic. Because we know they say you're reciting Arabica, it's Quran, Anambwa. And so, but the conversation is very dicey. Catholic Bishop Conference and another Christian Council have also issued this. They say the missing school is a missing school. But I believe, say, the main focus of what happened at Wesley Girls no Makano, me back to school, my own bonafide, me area me worry me no ye ba, the baba ko, no for, but the baba ko. So I have not heard this story, but according to the reporter we heard this morning, say the mistress there says that most of the children know. So omoye fast now, they break down, they sick. So because that, they say no, they will not do the fast. And Saka Sali and Saka and Haruna Millet, even at Muslim homes, so we are fasting now home fawa, and you compose say where you're fasting. But if you're healthy, you can do the fasting. Meaning say, is it that the school doesn't want to allow them to go and pray the 4 times, is it 5 times prayers, no? When during school hours, but there's no way, when we're in school, I didn't see my colleague leaving class hours to go and then pray and come back to class.
Muslims don't have a way of doing it.
Yes.
You add all the prayers.
Yes.
You do it once.
Exactly. I'm not, when they close, because you borrow it, then you can pray in a late hour to pray and compensate what you fall out. I don't know. I think, say, the Minister of Education, the President should also have interest in this. Chief Imam Office should have interest in this. Christian Council should have interest in it. And even Peace Council, National Peace Council. Because this can escalate. What do I say? Because is it true that Christian children who have found themselves in the Muslim schools, are they also forced to recite Quran? Are they not forced to recite Quran? Do they go to do their church or they go to mosque? Do they dress the way, if you go to Ahmadiyya Muslim, you know the girls, they have to dress and cover their hair. Those Christians in that school, do they also dress the same thing?
Yes.
Or how do they dress? Because if you go to Wesley girls like this, my children like this, they, apart from if they are going to school that they wear check, or what do they call it? We used to call it check. If they get in school, after school, they dress their home dress.
Daughter is a Wesley girl.
Yes, they dress their home dress. They dress like the way they are home. They wear their trousers. They wear their, you see, they dress house dress. And for them, they teach them how to dress and how to walk.
Is that what she told you, or that is it?
No, that's what they don't like. If you know, when we were going to school, you have dressed for Saturdays.
Yeah, because I'm a bit surprised, because
no, that is how they
senior
dress.
High schools, no. If you are
No. They wear slit and cover.
Oh, okay.
They wear slit and cover. They dress trouser and tops. Okay. It's part of the thing that you...
I'm hearing this for the first
No, that's it. They will call. Wesley girls, I mean, they are listening. They are all over.
Okay.
It's not like, if you're going to school, that's why they wear that their uniform, that check or whatever, and go. But in school there, like after classes, that will change. When we use, after classes, we have a uniform that you wear. You know that? When you're going to classes, there's a uniform that you wear to classes.
After
when you close, there's a uniform that you wear. Then Sundays, you wear khaki trouser and white top.
Yes.
Then they dress kappa and slit to school, to church. Okay? They dress corporate dress. That's how they dress. What did I say? So I don't know whether that's how, and I'm not saying since memorial, that's how they dressed. Unlike if you go to other secondary schools, you have khaki and other check that you dress after school and other things. They are not like that. So I don't know. I don't know actually the problem, but I think this should not be a media talk.
Okay, so
this should be leadership should meet, and then we'll see how best they can solve.
So the issue is this, and Christian Council General Secretary Anana Doc say so Ubika say a year mission schools no a discriminate here. One who be in Accra.
Okay.
Isan say there's no way a mission school be a say a Methodist, a Presby, or Catholic or Anglican school in Italia. Ejina baby aka say ma Muslimini bi ana a Ghanaian of different faiths. Emma Sukumo.
No, they are not saying they will not admit them.
I want to give you a background. They admit them.
Yeah, they admit them, yes.
Name when it comes to say ABR fasting
rules.
any those things now. No, not even about rules. Because now legally, whatever rules that are formed or that are made or that are established
cannot frowned with
yes, cannot be inconsistent.
It should be in conformity.
And the Constitution of Ghana is clear that there's freedom of worship.
Freedom yes.
Association. If there were rules, and cannot cry the issue no cry and care. But the point I'm saying is they are saying every school, every mission school, and see a mission schools, and according to him,
yes,
we should not limit that to Christian schools. Islam schools also mission schools. They have one major reason why they established. Beyond the education,
yes,
they want to inculcate their doctrines.
The doctrine, yeah,
into the
principles
children.
And
so principles.
Yeah, exactly.
And yesterday he made it categorically clear, say, if
that's
the
objective of setting
exactly.
up to catch them young.
So the argument is that if people think it's a secular schools because government assists that and the school is for Methodists. And that he even used Ahmadiyya as an example, say Ahmadiyya has their principle because and also a faith mission.
Yes, so if you go there, that's why you have to drill and look like them.
Yes, that's the point they are making. But now maybe say, what do we lose as a country if Islamic schools allow Christians a place to pray and fast if they want to, and Christian schools allow Muslims a place to worship and fast if they want to? But it still took me back to the issue of doctrine and faith.
Okay. Wesley Girls, is it a Catholic school?
No, it's a Methodist school.
It's a Methodist. Okay, it's Methodist.
Methodist for
yeah. Wesley Grammar. You know, I went to Methodist University. Yeah, there's one school they call Wesley Grammar. Okay.
Rabbi. Okay, sorry.
Well, Rabbi. Well, I think for me, I am appealing that leadership should zoom in. Let's sit collectively and let's look at it amicably so that this thing doesn't create hatred or degenerate any negative debate. But I think Rabbi is here. He should
Wesley Girls for no more baby and I could say Opokua Bobie. Was it Wesley Girls? You send 3 house Ata or Mufti.
Yes, they dress.
You saying, and I any idea must see inside.
Yeah, they dress if you go there.
Check saying.
Look, Wesley Girls has so many principles. You know, when you go to Wesley Girls to visit your daughter, you can't shake her hand.
Your own daughter?
Yes, you can hack her. Like your child have seen for a very long time. Then they will run to you. Then you will hack them. And there are certain things they cannot do.
They are obsolete.
Yes, there's certain things they cannot do.
Those are old fashioned. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sometimes the emotional attachment.
Yes.
And I can hug my own child.
I'm telling you.
Oh no, come on. No. Where do you come and catch it?
Say, chop pictures. You can't do that. They have a principle. They have a rule.
Oh, the word has grown.
Yeah.
Let's grow. You leave it like that. Leave it. No, it's okay. Say why you're fine. You understand it? So speak to it.
I'm sending messages.
Now, but Rabiu, let me ask you a hard question. Okay. And I'm sure say from that hard question, no mama me. Say, unya no Muslim for and Obi Otemi be forgive me. I'm only playing the devil's advocate as a host. I mean no malice with the question I'm asking at all. Say unya no Muslim for according to Christian Council, Nyansa ni bina me free. Susu say those schools no emwa. Why don't they go to Muslim mission school? And 2, in Muslim mission schools, like Ahmadiyya, do you allow the Christians to project their ideals, or everybody must be in a hijab, for instance?
Okay. This issue which has to do with the religion.
No, but remember, please sit at the other side for me, so that you'll be free. You sit at the other side. But also tell me announce the word aba. Oh, but Akosia Opoku Apobi, also you can hug chairman. One hug over. Also you can hug. Because no, but chairman, this is because I was surprised. Please, Akosia call Wesley Girls. Let's issue that disclaimer. Chairman was wrong. Chairman, when one hug Obano, you can hug because that will be strange.
Let Agosia come back again. Agosia, you can hug father, or the mother that go, or if you send somebody to go and visit your daughter. Because sometimes I send my son, my firstborn, to go and visit the sister. So is it the father? They have. I know why I'm saying this.
Oh, Choma, what are you
no,
saying?
no, I know why I'm saying this. There's a limitations to that. Let her come back. Sister Oti.
No. But I don't know your student, so you can hug a chairman. You are not an authority when it comes to Wesley girls. No, your student. And I'm going to say, Rabiu. Yeah.
What is a very, 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 very important question. But in Komowe, it is something that we need to understand. That
speaking to the microphone.
It is something that we need to understand. Say, when we are discussing it, we should acknowledge the sensitivity and also speak with it with respect and empathy. First and foremost, what has been the binding strength of Ghana? The binding strength of Ghana has to do with our religious tolerance. I mean, we have seen mission schools that have trained Muslims. Muslims have, and they have come out to be one of the. I mean, like the mid patron say, the who mission schools are, training Muslims are today, in government sectors that are making good development for the country. And I'll use myself as an example. I attended Adisade College, and that was a school that was that's the Anglican, pure Anglican. But today I have graduated from the school, and I would say like my life is in the right direction.
Na it drew fast na your mama fast.
Yeah, Adisade College was flexible.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, time say no. Na you baby a born pie.
Oh, no much that baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And even to a very large extent, because omunim say yeah fasting no, and you dining ne aduane nyama no nya no. Once you call breakfast and up at 8:30 a.m. 2 p.m. say school pon na you call for lunch. Now 5:30 p.m. Omoma supper.
Okay.
But say Ramadan so say they have a special way they keep our food for us from morning to afternoon to evening. And it's a time so all the food that you have missed during the day, they give it to you. So the issue is what I want us to draw more draw the attention of the public is that nobody is saying that the mission schools should not practice their religion.
And the mission schools, I said, it includes Islamic schools.
Yes.
Like Islamic girls,
yes,
right? Exactly.
Because and he won't say I want to draw our attention back to history. Won't say before Ghana Benya independence, a lot of people struggled for the independence in the country. And the independence the Muslims played the key role in gaining independence for Ghana. And go deeper into literature, you see how the Muslims were able to contribute to independence in Ghana. And also the traditionalists.
Of course, when it comes to development, we can't discount the role of...
I'm trying to come to a point. Okay. The traditionalists from some play key role, as well as the Christians, especially the missionary schools.
Very well.
Because by then, now missionary schools on the Christian side, there were many in the system. What do you say? So, when Ghana gained independence, Kwame Nkrumah made a bold statement.
Okay, saying.
I say Ghana is a secular state. The emphasis is on the word is. So the secular state, it was not imposed to us as Ghanaians. Rather, there was a referendum for us to decide whether Ghana should be a secular state or not. But Kwame Nkrumah made that statement based on the contribution of every faith in the country. When you say Christians for no munamaye nyama bibri, and I say Muslims munamaye we, and I say traditional munamaye we. So because you have invested this amount of effort in this area, so Ghana is a Christian state. I say no, Ghana is a secular state. So indirectly, no, indirectly, say we should be ready to tolerate every religion in the country.
And that we have done.
Yes, which we have done in the past years.
Yes.
I personally read the report now the Christian Council mentioned, and if we share report now, they have been specific with some practical challenges that may be confronted when other faiths are allowed in their missionary schools. But you see, let me say this on record. When we talk of Islam or Muslim, it is one of the very, 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 very simple religion you ever have on this earth. Why is it simple? A Muslim does not necessarily need a mosque before he can pray. The mechanic say, "We are Pepe niya."
Pepe different. We are Muslimin here.
We are Muslimin here.
Pepe is more of a
we are Muslimin here. You don't need a mosque before you pray. Because me say, I have a prayer mat in my car. So when I'm driving and it's time for prayers, I just look for a shopping mall that has a nice car park. I just put my mat and I pray, then I go.
If you're under two, you can pray.
So the Muslims are not demanding, like from Osha, the case now, a guy they call Supreme Court. They are not requesting for equality. What the guy is seeking for is that, I admit, say, we are Methodist-based institution. So for that matter, I respect that. But allow me to also pray when it's time for me. You see, it is very important when it comes to because like Osha, like my first submission, like I say, missionary schools have trained people in diverse ways. And I use myself as an example. I attended the Anglican school. I decided they have trained me. You go to Amas, Christians who have been trained. So I don't think
is it where he pay and yes because I remember that even in our times in
gay for pay asem na yate.
Enka gay ka we gay.
We say gay. Because my sister Peniko gay.
I like gay. Now can gay in there.
Oh no, I mean I'm saying it because of like me
understand. Because mami can
we call them
Rashid Bochi there, but see, even in St. Mary's. I'm sure he's referring to Mary's. School, even in St. Mary's School at Kolego, they have where the Muslim children pray in the school.
Yes.
Inside.
So who say that's what I'm telling you, say this issue I don't know whether no, it's not a dirty situation because like Murabia for every institution. So every school can have its rules and regulation. But the same 1992 constitution said, make sure your internal rules does not contravene with the 1992.
So let's pick two issues because you've raised 1992 constitution. Now, the first issue, Ayakai, maybe say a question. They say, in Ahmadiyya Mission School, and Islamic, we have one other school.
We even have Islamic University.
University they usually know.
Yeah.
I'm talking of the secondary schools. Christians Neban, Yamo Bia Gumayafiana, which I'm told is in the affirmative.
Yeah.
Because
I said I'm there for now.
So because
I'm coming. I'll allow you latitude. Yamo Bia Gumayafi. Okay. And it's Yamo Bia Gumayafi because there's a certain doctrine. I am so my CSS school. And that doctrine, amongst plethora of other things, include, but not limited to the fact to say, we are inculcating the spirit of Islam into these children. Now, almost any were Prophet Muhammad. And I mean, Allahu then Salam, what?
Tell me,
I say,
I'm trying to understand his question.
You want to quote?
But I have said that if I was not born into Christianity, I would have been a Muslim. I have said this. Okay? It's your person you cannot fault Ahmadiyya Mission School because the reason or major reason why they established the school beyond educating them
is to catch them young,
inculcate the spirit of Islam in them, and to borrow the words of Chairman, to catch them young. Now, let's come to Wigehe as a case study. And that is when the 1992 Constitution comes in. The 1992 Constitution, don't you think it's only applicable when we are speaking to secular schools? So, for instance, we have schools that are government owned. Then, if these schools are government owned, now maybe a Muslim, maybe a atheist, maybe a Buddhist, maybe a Hindu or whatever. Now, me ban also my main qua. I'll refer you to the 1992 Constitution like Article 25. Now, my children, you heard them say, hey, you need taxes and you see. It's based on that. You have to allow me entry. Otherwise, you are contravening the statute of the Constitution. But this is a mission school like Ahmadiyya Mission. This is Methodist Mission. And they also have plans to inculcate in the children by catching them young, if like the practices and sayings of Jesus Christ, for instance. So on that note, they are saying, say, school no de waba. But when it comes to pushing further, say, yeah, allow different religion and no be difficult. Then finally you come in. The other argument they are raising is that fine, we will allow our brothers and sister Muslims to come and they will build their mosque. Then the Hindus will also say we also need our place. Then the traditionalists will come and say build a shrine. Right. Then the Shintoists will come and say we need a place to, you see the dynamics of the whole thing. The person wants that way beyond the spirit and letters of you being a Muslim. But as a parliamentarian, I want you to answer.
No, you see,
yes.
What you have said
yes.
Is right. But there's a paradox.
Very well.
The paradox is say, for Ahmadiyya, to be honest with you, I may not be able to pinpoint and say,
this is what they do.
No, like say, oh, you're Christian, now we'll call Ahmadiyya school.
I
don't, for that I don't know.
But so you can help us on
but
Facebook.
One thing I can be bold enough to say and say,
yes,
you cannot go into the mosque and pray when you are not a Muslim.
Even in Ahmadiyya?
Yes, because the religion
they recite Quran.
No, yes, you see the religion that
the
practice,
Quran they recite.
Even me, say no. I must have the intention that I'm going to pray before I pray. So if I go and pray today, like if I get up and pray without making the intention that I'm going to pray, we consider that prayer invalid. What I say? And before obey prayers, so we are ablution.
Yes.
So before you even go and stand before in the mosque to pray, you pass through certain procedure. One, you have to make the intention, perform ablution before you go and stand. So, and even before you say you are a Muslim, there's something that we call in Islam a friend of kalima shahada. You have to make a shahada that you are a Muslim. So without that, no, won't mean sorry and say oh come no. But the paradox I'm saying is say, Christian schools now, Sundays you are forced to come and join church service, and that one I can boldly say because in Islam
don't you think it's because you signed for it?
Yes.
Because it's a mission school.
Yes.
A faith-based school.
Yes.
Which established to inculcate their learning principles in you. And as part of practice, Sunday, you're quite sorry. So you realize all these things and you sign for it to become a student in that.
So that is why.
So whatever happens, they'll be applicable to you.
What I'm making say, yeah, Shafiq, the petition. He's not demanding for equality. Say, do your prayer. I respect whatever you are doing.
And look at that, he has said right if you want to demand for equality.
Yeah, like yes, even yes.
We are equal before the law. So
his case is very simple. Oh, I'll follow whatever because you are the one who is training me.
The former first second
because lady it's just like Mami
I don't know.
Mami Usi as an example. Every landlord has his rules and regulation.
Okay.
Some can tell you that I don't want you to smoke in my house.
Okay.
And they have reasons why they tell you don't smoke.
Or sweep at certain periods.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the laws of the person.
Okay.
So even if you are somebody who smokes,
so if a landlord tells you I'll not allow you to smoke, or smoking is prohibited, you either take the room.
So you respect him.
Yeah. So then if that is the position, the school is saying that okay, you'll be admitted. A, B, C, D will happen, but as part of our rules, A, B, C, D cannot happen. So why don't you respect it?
No, there's say like that's what I'm saying. Say whatever the Wesley guests have outlined as some rules and regulation. Nobody is fighting them for that. Like nobody is jangling that with them.
Okay.
But what what is at the Supreme Court now is that the school is saying that you cannot fast.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because everybody knows that it is a missionary school.
And Honorable Chairman, Patrick
Yes.
Bramame, and now maybe sir, Secretary of
Christian
Council, and you say, Papa, and I don't have the document. I pointed out on a certain date, mission schools in Ghana, about 13 of them, and I pointed out who signed on behalf of Methodists, number 9. Woman Nadom Sasha Krata has to say, they will allow the case to fast, and that during fasting, they should rather seek for authorization. Bro, Papa.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they need to be authorized.
I don't even care. I'm not an Englishman.
I mean, what is important? We understand what
I don't even care. Tree na meeting here behame. Obi krum kasa maya de abrofo hin nekatwi. O say omumbisa authorities.
Yes.
It is the authorities no I agree na oma koma nim ni ade.
Yes, so
the be say na na mu nyina ma say Methodist for assign bi. Na afei ye nua no mu yi. Sabi when they pray eno no meme dan na tutu. Ana say story building na 3 a. I bet you we get here story building so na ba 2. And I say like
no, sir, I'm sure the school doesn't want them to probably even create a mosque, because if you're going to pray, they have to go and pray in a mosque. No issue. In school, they're small. Sometimes those are our time. They take stones and do that.
That's what I'm telling you, that we don't need a mosque to pray. What you need is the intention to pray.
And again, say no kind, because you have to take permission from the authorities so that they will know that if there are 1,000 students, maybe 400 students are Muslim, they are fasting. So for them to consider in preparation of preparing food.
So
they will know that okay, this 1,000 is 1,500, okay, but now 400 are Muslim, they are fasting. You can know that you can prepare the same 1,500 food, because the 400 are fasting. They will not eat at a specific period.
So that's why I gave an example with my school. Like when we are fasting,
yes, they'll keep the food down.
They keep the food, and when it's time for you to breakfast, they warm it for you.
Okay, so just a quick one. Papa Chris says, "Good evening, Nana. There's a Muslim school at Elembele, and I wish Anka would be by, which every student it's mandatory for every student to wear hijab. Now, even with a hijab, the Catholics they wear. In fact, so follow Christianity, which is to me born out from Judaism. Yes, time never managing hijab.
Exactly."
And there's no difference between Islam and Christianity.
So because those is say churches.
Ishmael name Isaac. Abraham.
Pentecost. Say those Pentecost. What Pentecost? Sorry. Say Obodugo. See, almost more Ephraim.
Is it called the trousers?
What do you say? Trousers.
For me, from where I sit, from where I'm sitting, I see it's a very simple.
I think it needs, as I said,
because the Muslims know. Another thing, you see, Mission Report, they were saying they cannot adjust their time to meet the Muslim prayer time, and I think that one is even the easiest solution, because Muslims, when you wake up at we pray at 5 a.m.
Before even they go for the classes.
5 a.m. no classes is ongoing.
Yes,
and we pray in the afternoon, either from between 12 to 1.
12 to 1, okay.
And also we also pray at 3:30. At 3:30.
But the school is
all the time in one. It does not in any way.
Rabbi be practical. Into classes of course one now.
No. So
class one class of
we say we have the afternoon prayer. The afternoon prayer.
And a Zoom.
And the afternoon. God knows it. Allah himself knows that you are in class and there's no we can pray at that time, because as Muslims, the reason why some of us attended the missionary schools, that as Muslims we have been encouraged that wherever there is knowledge, go and find the knowledge.
That's Prophet Muhammad saying.
Yes, wherever there's knowledge. So even if the knowledge is under your carpet, I should go there and find it. You understand? So we have also have that doctrine say going to the missionary school will not prevent us from being a Muslim.
Rabbi, I don't think I say. Meaning say more mutimi pile prayer. Meaning say na mo friend.
Yes.
The friend is saying. Mutimi pile like prayer is some na no pile we and mutimi pile. Na ma ye no.
Odika odame he will pray in the night.
And the other antina yen saying if that is possible.
So that's what I'm saying.
Say bia and can kwada no be come school but say anwumre ni before prep hours no.
That's what I'm saying, because say the prayer time is flexible. which does not affect the
and one other thing.
Yeah.
If the school no say based on faith, anything that we see here, also ni say ebia implying almost shane say ye ba say ye ba betete enkoda ye de Jesus Christ sum for instance be show mu. Meba. Okay. But see ye makwan ma ebia different faith and so kwaya sorry na chances are that they will be able to if like engage the minds of the same people we want to inculcate our faith in them, and ebia they will sway off that Christian.
They will swallow their members.
We also answer question with you. We have the missionary school.
Let me announce the presence of Honorable Adama.
We have the missionary school.
Okay.
We have the seminary school, the theological school.
But they are all mission schools.
Yes, they're all mission schools, but they all have different purposes.
Okay.
So the seminary, they are going to train you to be a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes.
So when you go there, I cannot go to a seminary school to be trained as a pastor because of my religion.
Mm-hmm.
But the missionary school, which was built on the faith,
is
there to train me to become a responsible citizen.
That is true. I think the problem you know if you ask me, the first problem here say government and Kasa should have secular schools.
No.
Maybe I say mission schools no dominate. But Bayan Kasa and share in schools. We anke this anke Mahama E blocks.
Yeah.
And we see across anke kids die. Number 2, I encourage my family Islam because I've always said if I was not born into Christianity, I would have been an Islam or Muslim.
Can I say something?
You should also learn. You should also build schools.
You know why?
Let's just assume.
My chairman right now.
It's because you see Wesley girls and other schools they are top-notch schools. My daughter used to tell me that they are A schools.
Only A school.
And so everybody wants their child to go to A school. And if this is the rule, that will make your child to conform to become a good citizen, and you as a parent you sign. I see no reason why you go fighting them. Say, identity, why are you imposing this on my child? But from day one, but they are in court. The person have taken it to court.
And so he believes.
Yes, but because in day one, why I'm saying this, because in day one, you already know that this is the principles they are prescribed to.
Okay.
What they say. So in choosing the school, I would have loved that. Okay, then because this school already there, if you read, you already know that if you go there, you want to pray, they will not agree or they will not give you that freedom. Like we went to Bokusek and we were together. Then I will not go to that school because, as you said, no, their mindset was let's catch them young. Let's bring Christian culture into them, to imbibe with them, so that when they go to society, they will also go and preach the gospel. Maybe this is the mindset, the reason behind their school, and that's why they are very strict to what they are doing. So as parent, if I know and my child is going to know I'm a Muslim, I'll tell my child and choose another school because you have to choose the schools based on your performance too.
Exactly. So we are on the same page, Chairman, Mami, no, so you say you have a quick intervention.
No, I just wanted to make, I was just thinking aloud.
Okay.
What would be so nice that every faith-based school is accommodating every religion. Because at the end of the day, let's assume, say, Wesley say, it is only Christians that are there. Ahmadiyya, only Muslims are there. What are we going to learn amongst ourselves?
And maybe to
it's not the best. It's not the best. Maybe because I'm trying to make an example. I studied in Hungary.
Okay.
My Hungary, which was the country was formed on a strong Catholic background, but to some extent, I was surprised when I went to the school, my university. The university has a mosque for everybody. I was like, you see, when we start to accept diversity, we will not think beyond because the religion we came to meet it and we are going to live it. And
you see, my main way to support you, and religious. Base may call about them how quickly faith whatever you say God is not religious. Number one, God is not a Muslim, God is not a Christian, he's not a Shintoist, he's not a Hindu. God doesn't know the jokes we are joking here on earth. Respectfully. So what God knows is love.
Exactly. That's my point.
So Paul said there are times he went to traditionalists where they were drumming. He drummed and danced with them after he gave the gospel. So, and look at the beauty of it. Nkrumah has a reason India, he introduced the boarding school system. So that will be integrated. So there will be no difference between a Northerner and an Akan or a Ga, and if like a different tribe. It will be at those times that you know, all call school, not your presbyters, you bisao, and your presbyters from sa you bisao. A brother time, you bisa tribe. In Chroma Council, they can put nationality into you, right Ghanaian. He doesn't need your Pepe or your Achim or Dagatu or Asante. He doesn't care about that. To which we will be integrated. So let's look at this beautiful space, even though we are all faith mission schools, and say that we are Christians. We are introducing sin. But Muslims, you can have a place of worship. And by that, even convert the Muslims. Then the Muslims will also say, we are Muslims, Islam, but Christians, this is your place of worship. And yet, hijab. By then, the Muslims can also Islamize the Christians.
So you go to Ahmadiyya, Ahmadiyya.
Yes.
They are saying that the children wear hijab.
They wait.
Somebody, maybe a parent will say, I don't want my child to wear hijab.
It is not make a Muslim say, whilst you are a Christian for no, like, flexible, no. You Muslims will have to be flexible.
And
Honorable Adama, come in.
And they cite the Quran.
No, they have a church.
Honorable Ahmadiyya. Hey, Sasa, Honorable Ahmadiyya. Honorable Adama.
Yeah,
so you're Muslim.
Oh yes, me.
Okay,
a proud one.
So 2 Christians.
2 Christians
and two Muslims.
Right, won't count. So we know.
About me account with them account.
Yes. Anyway, me tea conversation.
Yes.
Me chill be honestly speaking, can we say come away, sincerely speaking, because Ghana is one of the countries in the world are Muslims, any Christians, who a difference. Me, I'm a Christian.
Oh, mommy.
Yes, me, I'm a woman, a Christian. But me a Muslim. And a Muslim, no, so me a very, very committed Muslim. Me, papa, so you're a committed Muslim. You're worry. Muslims are worry Christians, Christians are worry Muslims. Are yet together. You know, when they do Salah, you know, when they do Christmas.
And forgive me, Ghana is the only country Christians celebrate Salah. As in Muslims, not Muslims, and so do Brunya. As in Christians. So
that's
fun.
where I'm coming from. We are one. And you know, Nyama Kokos we say, and was say for the first one, ABC. Now, me, in schools such as Presec, I'm a Moxo. You see, Moxama. Presec, we are legal. Moxo. School charts at Holy Child, the same Central Region cables. When you say, allow more fasting. Me to say, what? How do they call them? The women. Roman sisters, right? Roman sisters, I'm putting in Emma people for Muslims now. We are fasting. Roman sisters,
interesting.
So yes. So what is so different about Wesley girls? That is the question.
Okay, so the issue is just Wesley girls.
Yes, to my understanding, Wesley girls. Yes. St. Peter's, St. Paul's,
Wesley girls.
St. Paul's Volta region, and also a Catholic school. They have a mosque. So the question, what is so special about Wesley girls? And we are not requesting for that much. What we are requesting for here, allow the children to exercise their what? Their spiritual faith.
I saw your children's Christian.
I saw? Where?
Is it not your child going to church?
Me? No. But my siblings goes to church. My mother goes to church. And my father goes to Islamic. And some of my siblings also go to Islamic.
So you are a confuser.
But I'm not a confuser. And I'm a proud Muslim. Unim, Ghana, as I said, Ghana is more or less we are practicing our religion fairly and united. On where I'm coming from, united.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Saladu aminwe de ane koma me mame. Ena edu eso asense so a the open so edu eso ta particular.
Yes, ba kono
ma. So me santo. Esa no unam se free sama e block. Ba kono ma. So that is how it is. And you know what we are saying about Western girls. Chairman, yes, wrong. Fasting, spiritual exercise.
I will ask my daughter.
We know God first. Whatever we do, God first. Christians almost say God first. Muslim, yes, you see God first. Internet, you're sorry, me bra. You're sorry for him, paso pe at 5. Nyame any dikai. So you pray first before any other activities. Internet, say God first. And it's a fasting time. Let's almost guide them. Say some time ago Obi Ewa, it doesn't mean you should stop it. No. Rather, what you're supposed to do, a year, inches needed that one. And it was a OCC. So it will be effective. No money on what my participating. Now I set we need a one quarano so wash omo. Now you're smooth, now you're fair. Anyway, Ansah Holy Child A, Wesley Girls to any other school. The school will still maintain its name.
And I know what
I also want to find out whether if the teachers, Wesley Girls, is there any Muslim teacher?
Oh, Mom, they will get some.
They should.
Oh, they will have some.
They can't do that selective.
But the teacher will definitely.
They'll have some.
And the prayer will not distract classes.
Oh, they'll have some.
When you maybe a prayers and distracted classes. Nevertheless, Obi comes say, about 1 year, tried or something. No, it's false. It's absolutely false. Your bomb pay 1, 3, 6, 7. It doesn't mean say a bit distracted. 1 bono classes after the classes. 3 bono classes after the class. Say prior to 1. And if you bet my bomb pay before even class or full say classes no. A bit train them at that time now called the next real timer. I bet mine prior to the classes time, which is so simple. And what we are requesting for, Nana, is just allow them to pray. 1, allow them to fast.
I think it's not about
recognize
prayers,
them.
it's about the fasting.
No,
yes, recognize them. Regularize it.
Also, we have Muslims at Wesley Girls.
Yes,
who
regularize
obey
it.
the rules, no matter what.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, we have on our Wesley Girls.
They're only there to seek for knowledge.
That's all. We are there.
But what I'm saying is, as my brothers who belong to the Islamic faith, you should not also lose sight. Thank you.
No, I agree.
Of the fact to say a faith mission schools, and they are built to inculcate doctrines like the Ahmadiyya as well.
We don't disagree, but my reliable source said in Ahmadiyya.
Okay.
Is it T.I. Ahmadiyya?
T.I. Ahmadiyya is
T.I.
secondary.
Amas. They have a small church there.
They have a church there?
Yes. At least
Classroom
our
or
listeners.
church? But they don't have a church on
Even if it's in the classroom, that they are participating
to
church
pray.
is church.
Yeah. To practice.
Well, to practice is still a church.
What about the hijab thing? Matisse Oko Islamic School by force will be a hijab. Is that true?
Let me tell you, Bibia Oko School. What's the name? Adisadal. You are everybody who better him. You participate.
Yes.
You go to the church. You do everything. But at the same time, they allow you to pray your Muslim.
Okay.
What you say? Adisadal does it. School,
Wesley too, I think they have
Wednesday,
also.
St. Augustine's College. It is a pure Catholic. St. Augustine's College. Even Onukapo a pure Catholic church. You have a mosque there.
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine's.
Okay.
Chairman, where I school.
Where you hear on a case?
In my former school, Bakusek, we have those who go to church, go to the classroom to pray.
I don't know.
Those who go to
That's why I say this is not the case.
Someone says it's not a case.
It's not a case.
And when they during fasting time, they know their number.
One at a time, please.
They know their number. They cook for them. In my school those days, they know their number. So when if they are cooking for 2,000 students and they know there's 500 Muslims, they will not cook for 2,000 students. They will cook for 1,005, and they prepare the 500 students their food different as it gets narrated in school. That's what my school used to do.
I have ruled both of you out. Allow Honorable Adama the time because Mark has
Nana, they've spoken a lot, and on my digestive assembly. As we all said. So I will just speak literally addition to what I have said. So most of the schools, maybe bisa except Wesley Girls, almost school bisa no, they admit Muslims. Not admit as admission, but they accept the Muslim religion.
But Wesley Girls also accept. They also accept.
They admit them, but they don't accept. If you are denying the person from some of the pillars of the religion, then you are not accepting.
No, but you just said something that there was the death. If so that's what they're trying to prove. They are trying to protect it.
So you have to, you see
casualties.
No, so you don't stop it. If you have accident today, tomorrow won't you drive?
You will drive though.
You will be more careful. Now you'll be checking the cars, the mechanical errors, and you yourself the human error too. You understand? So where we are coming from, if there's a casualty, first thing they should put these measures in place. That thing will not occur. What am I saying? Not at all. But you don't ban it completely. Say you've banned it. Say young bomb. But that is where we are coming from. So with a due respect to Wesley Girls, yes, wrong. That decision, a best say with a due respect. Once we been super copy more. We been super copy. Then where are we? Meanwhile, my best friends are pastors. My best friends are pastors. My mother who gave birth to me, is a Christian. Look at how we are today. What am I saying? I know Christian friends who are married to Muslims.
Wesley gets someone to Asia.
Nana say no, say me fa. Nana no say me fa. Me chiriba ba or ye Muslim. Me fa na man. Onye.
So I'm bisa.
And then you say me kind.
Tell me bisa. Typical question. Say umami yankopon pengum. Say umami free. Ma bakwa kwa hen body na bakwa kwa hen asa de si no.
Nyame enka say me kwa hen no. Nyame anka bi da. Ada nyame aka bi o bi.
Oh, that's me say. I'm to say mun hwe munu say munu ye.
Waka e dia adwuma no be wiu.
Adwuma be na me wiu. Wa me se me fa no ma waka ware wi. Wa ware ti me se me fa no ma wa ware. We no so ada na me sister. So ada na me di me nwa be sama. But at the end of the day, them person yeti for who. Nana is a Christian, committed one. But you see, no, Opeminia or you Muslim. You get it?
You
see?
You say we are together. So we are together. So if we are together and they want to marry Muslims, is there the problem?
There's no problem. That is why I'm saying that we shouldn't destroy the relationship between the Christian and then the Muslim. What I say? We should not destroy the relationship. Ansah, that is where I'm coming from. The relationship should be intact. Until with a due respect, Wesley girls, they should really look at it again. They should copy from Holy Child and then also adopt it.
I have a teenage child in the school. When I go, I will go and take my time, ask my daughter. The next time I come, I'll give you feedback.
I also heard what you said earlier. Say, Yampini, my yen shaking hand, and Hagio, Miss Mitio. You see, Yampini. Emma Obika so concerned about a PA 2 months ago. Emma not so concerned about all Hagi CDB. And then, those things, they are principle of the school, which I will give it to the school. I will not debate it. And no, if that's what the school thought say is good for them. If I have no money, and now by Baba
yes, I don't cry.
Yes, 2-3 months ago. Say Papa be quiet. And about person Hagen, I say yeah, it's not.
I must say that. I must say my man can't maybe say yeah.
Chairman, those ones cry. They are not problem. So me ba me kwana ose me Hagen me jai. If you offer some the yare fifie na ba. Imagination is nothing. Me shaking her, it also makes sense. Yes. Until I will stay, it's nothing. That's the school regulations, which I will go by the regulations.
That's what the regulations.
But religious is quite different.
The
religious is different.
Regulation.
No, you can't tell me to stop. Then don't admit me. If you admit me,
you also knew it was a free school before you sent your.
But you admit it's a public. One, it's a public school. Yeah. And do you agree with me?
Yes.
No, it's a public school.
But no, can I say any secular? You see. We are confusing ourselves between a secular school and a mission school. Till I buy E-block President John Mahama a secular school. It is all called when say we are Muslim, man practice here. You can take them to court because it frowns on the 1992 Constitution on freedom.
It's a taxpayers' money.
And it's taxpayers' money. But when a faith-based school, the church use their money to establish.
We don't want to be bringing the taxpayers' money. Because they get government support.
They have subvention.
What they have. So we should stop using the tax. Yes, so we should stop using the taxpayer because government does a lot.
Which is also
get fund expanded. Get fund expanded. A taxpayer, right? Teacher's salary and your taxpayer. Other emoluments. So we should put the taxpayer aside. We should just put them aside.
Okay.
It's a public school. The word is public.
Okay.
If it's public, all manner of religion are attending. So recognize them as
very well. So it's a beautiful way to end our conversation. But you see, God is even laughing at us. Do you know why? On the day of judgment, and the Christopher J judgment day, the Muslim GD, God is not going to tell you Muslims line up, Christians line up. God doesn't know these things. Yeah, what God knows is that you treated your brother right. Then we give you access to heaven. Finish. Love.
Maybe now Muslim and Christian, we are one, and it's true.
But we are one.
We are one. Isaac and
Ishmael.
That's all. Papa Abraham. Yeah, when in baby. This Mecca, if somebody tell you the genesis of Mecca, you will love Muslim today. Me Christian, who sat me down, my friend Pastor Michael, and they preaching me about Mecca. Preaching me about Mecca. Just that short. Do you know how it came by? Ishmael, and the Mame Dene Kosona, the Mame Ja Ishmael, at 2 deserts. okwa na ehwe de na ebobɔ fam so come the maame no kwa ontimi na wadwane aba na obɛhwɛ ne ba no na okwa ontimi na wadwane aba na obɛhwɛ ne ba okwa ontimi na wadwane
ojane
yes into the someone for obaye no obobɔ no na nsuo e start efi hɔ eba into south
in the Bible too they say they prayed and
sansuo no ene ye kwa ye nyɛ den yes I ebe no it's the same nipa ba ko no unim kaaba na ye no nkɔfo sɛ ebo so it's a holy room na Abraham ebon paye wo. But because our numbers are in millions, everybody can't enter. So be in room we can't. So when you go around it, it's symbolic say uswa room. What you say? But Abraham danya where then no bon paye. Abraham enters and pray to God. Abraham enters and pray. We want to enter in and pray because the inside is more holy. But all of us can't enter. Why? Say but you say Mecca is a call. You can be the richest man on this earth. But if it's not a call,
I got 3 minutes now. So you say, the way things say is just by coincidence. Said the Quran have somebody who is called Ibrahim, and the Bible have the same person called Abraham. Isaac in Quran, Isaac. Yakubu in Quran, or what do you call it? How do you call him? Jacob. How do you call him? So it's
and then Isa and Jesus.
It's not a coincidence.
It's Isa and Jesus.
Yes, we lost touch of history, maybe Musa, along somewhere.
Musa, do you know Musa?
Let me try. So Musa is Moses. I don't think so. We are one people.
We are one people.
If you ask me, don't worry.
We are one people.
I mean, we are one people. So that is it. And I think we've had a very beautiful conversation. And if we're Christian, your brother is a Muslim. If we're Muslim, your sister is a Christian. We are one people. The most important thing is that we are Ghanaians first. We are Ghanaians before we join our religions. Because we have built our country together. And nothing can separate us.
Christian Council, Muslim Chief Imam Office, the Office of Chief Imam, Chesley Council, Islam, what do you call it, the National Peace Council. The president should be interested in this issue and let us solve this.
And especially when we should not allow some foolish people somewhere.
Or else emotions. We use emotions to destroy the relationship that we have.
We should not give them room to say, these are issues. You know the people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then they take undue advantage. It's not an issue.
But let me tell you, Wesley girls, they don't joke with their principles. One they do.
Principle, everybody agree with.
Oh yes, luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.